The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Justin Fields to the bench. Tyrod Taylor will start against the Ravens on Sunday. What does it mean? Does it mean anything? Does it matter? We'll talk about that and much more in today's Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
How do you think Justin played overall?
There's some things that he could have done better. Again, we do have to watch the tape.
Oh, there it is. You got to bench him. He stinks.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Glenn, maybe, just maybe, listened to the Jake Asman Show. Justin Fields has been benched. It will be Tyrod Taylor making the start Sunday against the Ravens. We will talk about that and much more. But first, we say hello to today's guest, a man who talks about the Jets on his YouTube channel, Jets Chaos. He is Jets Chaos, a man who will be at the Matt O'Leary wedding Saturday night. And I can't wait to hobnob with you, Mr. Chaos. It's going to be a blast.
The hobnobbing. You know, I said that once, and I knew you just fell in love with that one.
It's a great line. I use it all the time now, too, in my personal life.
I said, I'll be hobnobbing with Jake Asman. The real question is you have a wedding where Green Bean from Green Bean Jet Fan, Ryan for Jets Talk 24/7, Richie from Jets Media, Jake Asman from the Jake Asman Show, and Jets Chaos.
You're going to be the life of the party. You're going to be all over that mashed potato bar, I hear.
The mashed potato bar, man. We are making that infamous already. Like, or it's famous or whatever you want to say, infamous. But it's infamous for getting people really fat.
Calories don't count at a wedding, Jeremy. You know this. Come on now. Lot to talk about with you. Obviously, we will start with the news of the day. The Jets also did make another signing as well, which we'll cover. Kalen Saunders they acquired, so they had some big beef to the interior. But first, let's start with the benching of Justin Fields. Jets officially making the QB change. And look, I've been screaming about this since Thursday night. It was a no-brainer. Whether you think Tyrod Taylor is a great quarterback or not, it doesn't matter. Justin Fields cannot play the position anymore. You cannot go out there and start a quarterback who has had 4 games this year with under 60 yards passing. He had 23 yards passing at halftime on Thursday, finished with under 120 yards for the game. You can't continue with this level of production. You can't continue to throw him out there and say that you're all about doing what's in the best interest of the team. So I think Aaron Glenn passed the test this week of making this decision. Hopefully Tyrod can play competently. Not that I think the Jets will beat the Ravens, as they are a 14.5-point underdog on FanDuel Sportsbook right now. Oh, by the way, but for simply being able to evaluate your football team, this was a move that I think you had to make if you're Aaron Glenn, and I think he made the right decision here, Jeremy.
You know, it was funny because I was actually listening to you arguing or trying to really schooling Tannenbaum. And my wife heard, and she said to me, she comes into the room. She doesn't know much about football. She likes to watch, and she roots for the Jets. But she says, is that normal for a quarterback to be like what he's saying, like 45 yards passing or whatever in a game? And I said, maybe in 1937. like how many times even a below average quarterback in their career do they have even one game like that, right? In their career. And we watched it 4+ times this season. It's just incredibly bad. And like usual, people like you are ahead of our organization in knowing that and recognizing that, and seems to be a couple of steps ahead, which is pretty concerning.
I mean, look, the stats, the eye test, it's all bad. I mean, the Jets passing offense is 32nd in the league. They average 140 passing yards per game. Fields only has 505 yards in his past 5 starts. And I think what we have to remember too, Jet fans, Justin Fields was going to be benched for the Bengals game if Tyrod Taylor was healthy. Turns out his knee was a big issue, didn't even travel with the team. So Fields started against the worst defense in the sport. He actually, to his credit, played great. And then while they won ugly after the bye against the Browns, they won ugly. So I understood why Glenn wasn't going to make a QB change in a short week. That said, after that performance on Thursday, this was the only move you can make if you're trying to preach to the organization that you're holding guys accountable and things are going to be different now and we're doing everything we can to try and win. You couldn't continue to play this guy who became unplayable. That's just the sad reality of what happened with Justin Fields. It became an unplayable and untenable situation.
I mean, you get no value, right? Like we're talking about evaluating the future players who could do what. You can't do it. You can't even evaluate the offensive coordinator, because how do you evaluate an offensive coordinator and expect anything from him when you have a quarterback he's just not playable?
Yeah, 100%. And that's been my big thing too, right? Like I want to see, do we have something with A.D. Mitchell? Do we have something with John Mechie? Like Mason Taylor, I like him. Could we see him get more opportunities now? Like you can't evaluate any of this with Fields because the play calling is so radically different in the brief stints we've seen from Tyrod this year than it is with Fields. And Glenn said something the other night that made absolutely no sense. He said, well, we can't run Justin Fields because obviously, we don't want him to get hurt. It's like, coach, the whole point of having Justin Fields is you run him and then you run him some more. He had over 1,000 yards in a season as a quarterback in Chicago rushing. So if you're not even going to utilize Fields' one superpower, which has allowed them to continue to have this many opportunities despite a win-loss record and overall stats that are putrid, then there's no point. So this is the right move. Look, it took a while to get here. I think the Tyrod injury factored in why it wasn't before that Bengals game I alluded to, but give credit to Glenn. He passed his first test in this post mini bye week. They made the right decision here going to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I was ready. Just last night, and I was getting ready to say today, like my big thing I was walking around saying was, when people were saying what does it mean if Justin Fields is the starter against the Ravens? And I said it means one of two things. One, we are tanking without saying that we're tanking. Like he's not going to tell the players to play bad, but he's starting Fields, which means deep down he's tanking, right? Or number two, we have a delusional head coach. And of all the bad decisions he's made, of all the things we're complaining about, that would, to me, would be the worst. If he was honestly and genuinely trying to win and put the best team out there to win and started Justin Fields, I would say right there, that's my biggest concern about Aaron Glenn, that decision and that lack of ability to see what we're seeing.
Fields ranks 30th out of 33 qualified passers in total QBR with only 7 touchdown passes, 1,259 passing yards, and 1 interception. Now, he is the second leading rusher on the Jets and has 4 rushing touchdowns. But even that, as we discussed, has not been used the way we were sold it was going to be used when they talked the talk all summer about what this offense was supposed to be. The question now is, all right, you're going to Tyrod Taylor. Can Tyrod Taylor stay healthy? Because that's been the problem. When he gets an opportunity to play, he gets banged up. So I don't know if we've necessarily seen the last of Justin Fields this year, because I'd imagine he's still going to be the backup quarterback on Sunday. And if Taylor gets hurt, it would be Justin Fields again. So hopefully Tyrod could stay healthy, play a couple games, get a better idea over these final 7, what you have with some of those key positions we discussed, the play caller, all that. But here's the thing. If he does get hurt, let's start getting Brady Cook ready to go to make a start or two at the end of the year. Going back to Justin Fields as a starter at any point now the rest of the way is completely pointless. I've seen enough from Justin Fields. All right, he's in his 5th year. He is what he is. And I would like to see Brady Cook start a game or two at the end of the season if Tyrod gets hurt, because I do not have any desire, any need, anyone. I don't need to see Justin Fields again. I don't think he'll be on the team next year. We'll talk about that coming up. So to me, it's Tyrod and then Brady Cook. I don't want to see Justin Fields ever play again for the Jets.
Yeah, I agree. I was just going to say, I hope we get when you talk about him getting injured a lot, I'm like, can we just get 4 or 5 games out of him? Almost like a bridge to Cook. Like, get him to those last couple of games.
And then it's complete the tank at that point with Brady Cook. That's
right.
it.
And get to see what Cook is.
Yep.
Like, is he at least, a backup quarterback for the future? We don't have to pay one for a while. Maybe we have our backup for a while to hold the clipboard, like just to see what he is.
The problem is every time Tyrod plays, man, he has this history of getting hurt. It happens a lot against the Jets. We saw this a couple of years ago. Tyrod started again, when the Jets were playing the Giants. He gets hurt in that game. In comes Tommy DeVito. The Baker Mayfield Thursday night debacle. Guess who started that game? Yeah. It. It was Tyrod Taylor who got hurt in that one. So we'll see. I at least think Tyrod Taylor is a professional quarterback. Like, he'll take chances downfield. Yes, he might throw an interception or two, but like, guys will have a chance to make some plays, and that's really what I want to see. If the Jets are going to suck and lose, can you at least be a little more entertaining than what we've seen from a Justin Fields-led offense in the overwhelming majority of his plays out there?
Yeah, I mean, him saying that with them not wanting to use him for running, I was like, that was the only thing I was excited about in this season. I was like, the one thing he does that gets us.
Look at these stats, man. It's like grotesque. And any of like the positive passing yard games besides Pittsburgh and obviously the Bengals game, they were all in garbage time. Miami, garbage time. The Cowboys, king of garbage time. Like, it was bad, man. I mean, we got the full Justin Fields experience immediately as Jet fans. Week 1, unbelievable. Week 2, horrific. 27 passing yards, leaves with a concussion. He's just not the guy, and it's okay. He's a nice kid. I wish him well. He got paid $30 million guaranteed by Aaron Glenn, Darren Muji, and Woody Johnson. Fields will be okay. He's just not an NFL starting quarterback, and he certainly should not start for the Jets ever again.
I agree. This is hard to look at, man. I mean, and it's third team, 5th year, and that's what blows my mind when people are still saying. I mean, when Tanny was still telling you and arguing with you about giving him time, like he started talking about time, saying you got to give a guy time.
He compared him to Arch Manning yesterday. Mike Tannenbaum tried to compare Justin Fields to Arch Manning. I'm like, Mike, Arch Manning is in college. He's starting for the first time. Justin Fields was great in college. Justin Fields is in his 5th year in the NFL. What are we talking about?
When he said Arch Manning, I knew it was coming. I felt that you were going to just explode on him.
Oh, yeah.
It's been 5. I was waiting for that exact line. 5 years. Arch Manning was 8 games. Like 5 years, 8 games, college, NFL. Like, what are we talking about?
The pain is, my buddy Joe Beningo would say. All right, hit the like button if you're tuned in. I mentioned it. We're presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. 14.5 points is the opening line for Jets Ravens. Now, I will check to see if this line has moved at all, given the announcement that it will be, in fact, Tyrod Taylor. And I'll tell you what, as of the second, it has moved. Ladies and gentlemen, the new line following the change at quarterback, the New York Jets are now only a 13.5 point underdog. So Vegas thinks that Tyrod is better than Fields because they have moved the line a full point. So now the Jets are only 13.5 point underdogs. But I'll tell you what, that's a big deal for anyone who sports bets. There's a big difference between under 14 and over 14. So that's not nothing. Do I think the Jets are going to win Sunday? Absolutely not. But it does show you that Tyrod is considered the better player.
Yeah. I mean, and Vegas it represents what people are doing, right? What the overall feel of, and it already happened. It went a full point, like in a few hours. So that shows what the consensus is. But I mean, how can anyone make an argument that you don't have a better chance to win with Tyrod Taylor just based on they're not letting Fields run anyway? Glenn said it himself that we're not really utilizing that. And that I don't know if people really understand. Like, you have a very limited offense when you start Justin Fields. There's things he literally and that cannot do that I believe Tyrod Taylor, I'm not saying he does it great, but at least you can attempt it. I just watched a football game where every time we were 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 7, whatever it was, never threw a pass beyond the sticks. Always threw it within the sticks. That's basically because of his limitation. Like, you want to, I mean, I'm not saying you don't see that all the time with every team, but you also see quarterbacks on 3rd and 8 throw a 12-yard pass. I've seen that a lot of times. I don't see it with Justin Fields.
comments, questions, super chats, they will cut the line. Shout out to Anthony, who became a channel member at the start of the show. Today's raffle prize is a Jets jersey of your choosing. Joe Namath, Joe Klecko, Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett, Darrell Revis, and the late, great Nick Mangold. We're sticking with Jet legends for the time being, because if you do a current Jets chaos, there's a chance they might be traded. So we'll go with the old reliable Jets legends. Anthony's the first to enter the raffle this afternoon. Chino with a super chat. Jake, have you removed your foot from Mike T's tail yet from yesterday? Chino, thank you for watching, man. For those who want to see me versus Mike Tannenbaum screaming and yelling about Justin Fields and Aaron Glenn, I posted the segment on my YouTube channel yesterday. It has almost 10,000 views already, so I think people are enjoying it. God.
Why is there a Colts? I saw pictures going by, and there was like a Colts. Was that Charles? It showed like a Colts thing on him. Like, what was that about? Like, because of the sauce trade? Or?
Yeah, Charles Gorman reneged on his Jet fandom, so he's Mr. Colt now.
Was that after or before the trade?
That was actually before the trade. All right, you want the context? Stand by, Mr. Chaos. Here's why there is a cult around Gorman.
My fellow New York Jets fans, it is about time I come and tell you, consider the fact that the New York Jets continue to give us the same abominable product year in and year out, I'm officially boycotting this fucking franchise. I have chosen to adopt the Indianapolis Colts as my team this year because they're playing very good football. They're listening to their coach. They're not making stupid decisions. There are certain fans of mine that are calling me a traitor, but guess what? I don't care. I'm a grown-ass man. For anyone, including my friend Jake Asman, tough titties. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry if I was supposed to know that. I've been really busy lately. No,
it's okay. We need to remind people at all times. that Benedict Gorman, unbelievable.
Oh my God, that's great. Oh, that's just unbelievable, man. That now he gets us, and so the team he just chose gave away 2 first picks and started doing Jet-like things.
You can't make it up. All right, let's talk about now the ramifications beyond this year. We know that the Jets are not going to go into next year with just Justin Fields as the unquestioned option. So let's take a look at what happens if they move on from Fields. Well, Rich Samini has the numbers here. If the Jets cut Justin Fields before June 1, they will have a $22 million cap charge. Aaron Rodgers will count for $35 million, so potentially $57 million on the cap for former quarterbacks. Not great if they designate Fields for a June 1 cut. What they could do is spread that money out. You still would incur some dead cap hits over the next several years. It would be a lot less. So that's an option. I think either way, though, I don't want Fields on this team. The only scenario where he could be on this team is if you're drafting a rookie and you also add another veteran option. You can't go into next year with Fields and a rookie. It doesn't work. I don't think you want to have Fields start the year until the rookie's ready. He's always hurt anyway. And it's such a radically different style of offense you would run for Fields or Fernando Mendoza, for Fields or Ty Simpson or whoever. I don't want to go through that again. Fields is a nice guy. I'm not saying he'd be a bad teammate and wouldn't help mentor the kid pick behind him. I just think for everyone involved in this, it behooves the Jets to move on from Fields, bring in a Gardner Minshew type, hold the fort, bridge until the rookie's ready, assuming they end up taking a rookie in round 1, which I think they're going to.
I'd say, yeah, I'm all about rip the Band-Aid off too, as far as the cap hit. Like, don't affect the future. This is a rebuild, obviously. We just saw what just happened with the trades. We have all these draft picks. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Like, we're not looking for free agents in 26 anyway, as far as like high value guys. Rip it off. Reset the cap as much as possible for 27, 28. For when all these picks that's when you're going to start wanting to have free agency to start filling the holes of, where did we miss and all that kind of good stuff. So to me, it's just clean the cap, clean it. Just take the hit in 26.
Clean it. Absorb it, whatever. And they have a lot of cap space, even with having to deal with Fields' number and obviously another year of Aaron Rodgers still counting on the book. So we'll see. But I think anyone surprised today, like, you just haven't been paying attention. Like, there was no way Aaron Glenn could say with a straight face he's doing everything to try and help this team win and start Fields for another game. And I knew this was coming just based on his answer from Thursday to Friday. Thursday, he's like, oh, he did some good things. I got to watch the tape.
Yeah.
And then when he probably woke up and realized, what did I just see, and watch the game again? Then I think he realized he had to do something. Because remember, Glenn was asked about it Friday, and instead of doing what type of question is that, or being contentious with anyone in the media, he sounded reflective. And once he said this, I knew this change was coming.
Over this mini bye, might you consider a quarterback change?
You know what? I'm evaluating everything, Rich, to be honest with you. I'm evaluating myself, the players, schematics, coaches. I'm evaluating everything. So I don't want to just place everything on that one situation. I'm just looking at everything, because as a head coach, that's my job, right, to make sure that I put this team in the best position to go win games.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, at that point, I think Fields, we knew, was not going to start this week.
I mean, how could you say that and use Fields? I mean, how could you do it and not look like a total buffoon?
Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. Hey, big shout out to Omar, who entered our raffle by gifting a membership. Same with the Austrian Jet fan. That's right, he's in as well. Reminder, folks, this is actually the final show that you will have a chance to enter our weekly raffle. It will be tomorrow morning when Robbie Sabo is on the program. Our top prize is a signed Darrelle Revis helmet, a LaDainian Tomlinson signed Jets jersey, and a signed CJ Mosley helmet. So if you want in on that, make sure you enter during this show. And of course, you also will be entered for the raffle, the Jets jersey raffle at the end here for the Jets legend of your choosing. Some super chats I want to get into. 25 checks in. Get Fields in there next year. Lined up in the backfield next to Brees in the pro set formation, like what the Ravens did with RG3, Lamar, and Ingram. I just don't see Fields being on the team next year, 25. I get what you're saying. I just don't see the Jets doing that. I think RG3 at that stage of his career knew he was a backup. Fields, I don't think, is going to stick around and buy into that type of role for a team that he was the unquestioned starter, and now he's just the backup to some rookie, and he's going to line up as a running back in some packages. I just don't think that's going to happen.
It feels very like for him, it's the age thing, right? You get these veteran quarterbacks that have to do it, but like with the Giants, Russell Wilson, and stepping, having to step down and accepting that. But it's hard to imagine that Justin Fields is going to be ready to accept it.
Super chat from the Hennessy Heisman. Jake, forget 2027. Let's just wait until 2030. Why not? Also, if Mike T didn't hire Glenn, he would be bashing him 100%. We need to start a new segment. Ask Alan/Gary 3D, since they know everything. Henny, I love the super chat. Every point you make is brilliant. Hit the wrong button. Didn't mean raffle music. I meant hit the low ski. Yes, I'm with you, Hetty. As far as the first point there, I don't know where you stand on the waiting till 2027 to get the QB. I am vehemently against that strategy. I want someone this year. Everyone says next year's class is always better. More often than not, it's not. There's no guarantee the Jets can get one of the top guys next year, even with 3 first-rounders. So to me, if you like someone this year, get them. Find a way to get them. That's why you make the Sauce and Quinnen deal. Your thoughts on the debate that has already started amongst Jet fans? Wait till 27 for the quarterback.
I mean, I'm a 2026 guy, no matter what. Like, I believe very strongly in that we don't wait till 2027. I don't like that idea at all. We have the offensive line, and besides, get the quarterback when you know you need a quarterback. I would have been okay taking a quarterback already in the past couple of drafts, when knowing we had an old Rodgers. But I would say that you do. I also will say that I don't want them to take a guy that they don't like. So I'm going to say with that of taking a quarterback in 2026, do whatever it takes to make sure you get the guy that you like. You have the draft capital to do it. Don't just take some guy, that you weren't completely in love with. You still have to get the guy that you like. So you're right. We have the draft capital to do it. Make sure that you not only take one in 26, get the guy.
I agree. And I think they will end up liking multiple of these quarterbacks. I know people are like, well, what if they don't like anyone? Okay, well, I'll worry about that then. I'm not buying it. I think they will like someone. I know they were actively scouting Fernando Mendoza in person at Penn State last week. This past week, I heard from a source the Jets' full brass was in Eugene, Oregon to watch Dante Moore. He might come out. We'll see if he's a projected top 10 pick. I think he will. I don't care how much NIL money they offer him. I think some of these guys that people say will go back to school, you sure? You don't think players might look at what happened to Drew Allard at Penn State and say, maybe we do come out if we're a projected top 15 pick in the draft? Why take the risk?
Yeah, I think even with the NIL money, I don't think it matters. I think when you are going to be top 15, like if your agent believes you're going to be top 15, you got to be out of your mind to turn that down. Like you come out.
Totally agree.
So
Omar, I'm excited to see more of Mitchell and Mechie with Tyrod now. Let's go Jets. They should be at least a little more watchable from a passing offense standpoint. And yes, part of making the move is so you see AD Mitchell and John Mechie get more opportunity, especially Mitchell. Can he catch? He can get open. He can get open against Christian Gonzalez. That's not nothing. Can he catch? Hopefully it was just first game jitters and he settles into the role now.
We also have a kid that's creating more space than any other receiver in the NFL and has barely any receptions that I'd like to see play with a quarterback that actually might throw him the ball.
How about first play Sunday, bomb to Arian Smith? Why not?
And just open it up, right? Why not? It gets them out of the box too. It's just the only problem with that is, I mean, you got to hope that like Kyler Hamilton is in the box when you do that though. So, but yeah, that would be great. I just want to see what that kid can do. Cause like when you watch the tape, he's open, guys. Like he really is getting open. He's creating space. He just doesn't get thrown the football.
It's so frustrating. It really is. Some other Jets notes to hit on here. So they made a signing today. Darren Muji still making things happen. They signed veteran defensive tackle Kalen Saunders, two-time Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs. He was released by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I love the little agent or Jets team spin here from Tom Pelissero. The two-time Super Bowl champ is the latest veteran addition to New York, where Aaron Glenn is working to build the culture. Oh, yeah, baby. We're building it. Hit it. We'll see what Saunders still has left in the tank. I texted with someone that covers the Jaguars to get an idea on what type of player we're getting here. This was the report I got back. Good dude, even if he may be washed. Great locker room culture guy. He and Chris Jones are best friends, so a lot of us here assumed he was just going to go back to the Chiefs, where he still has a home. He's not going to make a Pro Bowl, and he was getting blown off the ball by the Texans' backup offensive line. But the Jags took the flyer in the preseason because he's a run plugger, not going to get you any push or drop in coverage. So essentially, sounds like this guy is probably washed based on that scouting report, but we'll see. I mean, why not? At this point, you're just trying to find anyone that you think can help you, and apparently he's great for the locker room. So there you go.
Well, is he, because Mozzie is terrible, the throw in from the Dallas trade and just worthless, or is it because Mozzie is young and this is a guy who can help Mozzie get the best out of him, kind of thing? I mean, personally, I'm really glad we made those two moves before the season with Briggs and Phillips, because I like both of those guys.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know. Maybe it is because Mozzie is terrible.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting much from this guy, but it is a move. They did do something.
No. It's like usually you're not going to pick up guys at this point of the season. You're not going to do jumping jacks for anybody that's available, week 11.
What other teams were interested in him? I mean, let's be real. You're gonna choose the Jets at this point.
I mean, especially with that scouting report. Gets blown off the line by backup offensive lineman. Sounds like a Jet.
That's probably why he was cut, if he was blown off the line by the Texans' backup offensive line.
Not a good scenario.
Yeah, not great. All right, we're going to get to your calls coming up here. We're reacting, of course, to the news that Justin Fields has been benched. Tyrod Taylor is the starting quarterback for the Jets starting on Sunday. The question is, how long will he last with his injury history? Time will certainly tell. Before we get to your calls, though, let's pause so we can talk about today's sponsor. That is Brunt Workwear. That's right. Brunt Workwear. Their boots are awesome. So listen up right now, as maniacs, because I want to tell you all about something that is legit from Brunt. Brunt, their boots. I wore and destroyed my feet with previous boots that I owned. They kind of felt like bricks, if I'm being transparent here. And then teamed up with Brunt. They sent me one of their boots. The Omen boots is the one I have that I'm going to talk about. And they've been awesome. These things feel incredible. They kind of feel like, honestly, you're wearing shoes. And right out of the box, right? Normally, you got to break boots in. No soreness, pure comfort, protection. I know a lot of the Asmaniacs calling from work. Some of you calling from construction sites. These boots are perfect for that. They're heat resistant. They're really good in any type of weather, any condition. I'm going to show you guys them on camera right now. I got them right here. So these are called the Omens. I got them in black. They come in a bunch of different colors as well, though. So check it out. They're built tough, super comfortable again. And if you are trying to get some work boots or you need to wear them in the snow, check it out. Brunt Workwear, right? Use the website. It's linked in the description. It's also the pinned comment. Bruntworkwear.com, code Asman, and it will get you $10 off your entire order. So again, shout out to Brunt. These are the Omen boots you see on the screen there. And that's, again, bruntworkwear.com. Use the code Asman, and you will get $10 off your order. All right. Now, let's get to some of your calls. Let's bring Mr. Chaos back on the screen. And first up today is Jets Psychosis. Hello, sir.
Hi, sir. How y'all doing today?
Mr. Psychosis.
What's up?
Okay, thank you for the time. Wonderful call there. Chuck Wagon is up next. Hello, Mr. Chuck Wagon.
Hey, Jake. I have to assume they signed Saunders because Glenn really thinks he can coach him up. So that's the only reason why I can think he signed him. I'm surprised that Glenn also made a decision on the Monday that they were benching Fields. You would have thought maybe Friday at the earliest he was going to decide on that. So I'm just curious why all of a sudden he's doing a 180 with the media compared to what he's been doing probably the last 3 weeks.
It's a good question. I thought of that too. Maybe he's learning, right? Maybe he didn't want to make this a whole, dog and pony show, not naming who the quarterback is when you're now 2-8 and you're playing the Ravens. Maybe that's part of it. Also, I do think some of the quarterback games Glenn was playing, at least initially, was because Tyrod Taylor was not 100% healthy going into that Bengals game. And while I think they would have started him if he was healthy because it was up in the air, they never announced a starter. So I think that's probably part of it, Chuck Wagon. But I mean, does it really matter? I mean, they're 2-8.
Yeah. Maybe he's starting to realize that, don't be a jerk when you guys have a crap record.
People want to know, did you pull that sweatshirt out of a cow's ass, Chuck Wagon?
Oh, it's a long sleeve t-shirt. No, I just pulled it out of my dresser. I haven't worn this in about 2 months, as you can tell. So, yeah, while I'm cooking, I mean, who cares if I get it dirty,
Still repping.
Yep.
What are you cooking there, Chuck Wagon?
Sweet Italian sausage and white rice.
All right, give us a look.
It's delicious.
Oh, yeah. Where's Beast on the line? Let him weigh in on this.
Oh, Beast. Is he there? Nope.
No, he's
Yes,
not.
He's not. No, it's all good.
Any other thoughts, Mr. Chuck Wagon?
I'm going to make sure the sausage is more cooked than his meatball sub. That's for sure.
That's totally fair. Thank you, Mr. Chuck Wagon. Did you happen to see the Beast Breaker meatball sub the other day, Jets Chaos?
I did not.
I know you're a food critic yourself. Give us your take on this Beast meatball sub.
Oh wow, it's raw. It's raw. Like, is he still alive?
Oh, he's alive. Although he was complaining about a back pain problem this morning.
Yeah. That's it looks like he's using good bread. I don't know. That doesn't look great though, man. I've seen better looking heroes.
Big fella wants to. Did the press ask Samini who's starting at quarterback? No, it was reported by multiple insiders. So the Jets either leaked it or someone's agent did. And then Jeremy Ruckert actually confirmed it on the Zoom today with reporters that Glenn told the team in a team meeting about the change at quarterback. So a different approach to the quarterback situation from Aaron Glenn, who was Mr. Don't ask me about the quarterback because I'm not telling you just a couple weeks back.
Maybe he realized now at this point it's just going to be a distraction.
You're not wrong.
And just like enough of it. Just especially if it's like a full benching in that it's not just a one game we're benching him. This is it.
Right.
The plan is rest of the season. So I'm just going to announce it and not have it be a circus.
I think that's true. Ladies and gentlemen, we asked where Beast was. Well, guess what? Beast is on the line. Beast.
Something to keep me going.
Hey, get to your normal setup. I can't hear you. Your internet stinks. I'm not dealing with this nonsense. All right. Chuck Wagon, give us an update. How are the sausages?
They're looking good.
All
Still
right.
need some more time.
You stay right there. We're going to be following this throughout the show today, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. You got it, Chuck Wagon. Appreciate it. Man, a lot to cover with you, Mr. Chaos.
Great, man. I almost want to see this come to fruition where he's sitting down eating this sausage.
Sausage. All right, here we go. More calls right now. Chillin' Butter is next. Hello, Chillin'.
Hello, sir. How are you all doing today?
Are you the guy that just called?
I am. My internet connection was really bad. I had to
You called us
switch it up.
Jet. What did you call us? Jet something?
psychosis. Jet psychosis.
Stop with the big words, man. I talk about the football team for a living.
Okay, you're right. My apologies. Let's talk
Yo,
football.
what's up, Chillin' Butter?
Just
What are you
being
chillin' Buddha? Is that Buddha?
Buddha.
All right,
Yeah.
Chillin' Buddha. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm probably the only Jets fan in Ohio right now, so it's a rough life to live, man. But as far as the whole quarterback situation, I really think they should have just had Fields sit out the first couple of times they've actually showed them who he really is. The consistency with always trying to win the locker room with a lot of these players, you're going to end up losing it. Not starting Tyrod, I think against the New England game, very big mistake. I feel like that should have just been kind of from the jump what they should have did. But I'm just at a loss now, man. I just don't know where we're going to really go from here. But at least we got a good O-line. So, there's that.
Yeah, I mean, look, Justin Fields was never going to be the starter for next year. I think that became obvious a while ago. If you want to be positive, and I get it, it's tough right now because, what have the Jets shown you that they can pick the right guy, and then even if they do develop that guy, I get all that. But if you want to be positive, I'm watching Myles Garrett yesterday destroy the Ravens, and guess what? The Jets were great against Myles Garrett. We have a legit offensive line with 2 bookend tackles to feel good about. We have Joe Tippmann. We obviously have a number 1 receiver in Garrett. I think you have something with Mason Taylor. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that Brees is here next year because they didn't trade him at the deadline. So they'll either extend him or use the tag to keep him. There's not nothing on this team. So if they get the right quarterback, at least he's walking into an environment that's not completely bereft of talent. I think Tanner Engstrand will learn a little more now, I think, with Tyrod, but I don't think he's incapable. I think he's growing as a play caller. So, look, there's a lot of unknowns, but I don't think it's as dire as maybe some think, assuming Glenn improves as a coach, because I have major doubts right now. And obviously they figure out a way to get one of these top quarterbacks in this year's draft.
Right. And it sucks, man, because I love Aaron Glenn's energy. I love the energy he initially came with to the Jets. It made me hype. It made me want to see the Jets go crazy. And seeing just kind of like this slope slowly going down and down and down and down with each game. I'm just trying to find positives in the worst things, as you guys said, with Joe Tippmann, Armand Mimbu, just those whole front row of guys, just absolute talent.
Maybe these receivers too, right? That's why I think you go to Tyrod. Maybe A.D. Mitchell could be, on this team and play a real role next year. I don't know if he's the number 2, but how great would it be over these next 7 if we go, Mechie and Mitchell could be here next year. They're not bad. They're playable. They're better than what we had. And then you go into the draft and we could draft our number 2 receiver, but we feel better about our depth on our team for the rookie that's coming in. And with Glenn specifically, 7 games to go. I talked about this with Joe Caporoso on our first show today. Let's continue to see improvement. Let's make sure we don't have another game that resembles the Broncos game at the end of each half of that one. Let's hope that there's some real improvement down the stretch that makes you feel at least a little better going into what is a pivotal offseason for the franchise.
we also finally have a tight end. So
I like Mason Taylor too. Yep.
Yeah. Even who's that other one that we got? Jelani Woods.
They don't use him. It'd be nice to see him play.
I'd like to see him play and get some reps in. I feel
also, what happened to Stone Smart? It's amazing. The Chargers found a way to get him involved in their offense a year ago, and we have no role for Stone Smart in any capacity.
It's weird.
Yeah, we're not using our guys to their really full potential. Like, you got to look kind of that's kind of how I feel with the whole Tyrod Taylor situation. He's not getting any younger. You know, we're not going to have him for too much longer. So I'd rather use him and be able to see the full potential of the rest of these guys, because the rest of these guys deserve to shine. But unfortunately, if you leave Justin Fields in at quarterback, he's not going to be able to make the right reads. We've seen that time and time again. He's really good with his feet. He's really good at getting out of the pocket, getting out of tackles that should have happened a long time ago. But as far as making reads, as far as finding that wide open guy, as far as throwing just dimes to certain guys that are open. Who was that? AD Mitchell that he had that outside pass to where he was wide open.
Yep.
And he threw it to the outside of him. It's little stuff like that, that changes the whole energy for the rest of the game. He's probably sitting there getting frustrated. And, some parts were on him. I'm not going to put all of it on Justin Fields. He dropped a couple passes that, were right to him. But I just think, as far as consistency, I'd really like to see Tyrod Taylor help a lot of these upcoming guys get their spotlight, because I think they deserve it.
Hopefully he stays healthy. That's a big thing with Tyrod. At least can we see it for a couple games before he inevitably gets hurt, and then it's Brady Cook or Justin Fields again that we're debating. So I'm with you. Now, Chillin' Buddha, you're an excellent caller. You got the great setup now that you're home with the mic there.
Yeah, a lot better.
Have you called before?
I have not. I just kind of started watching you not too long ago. I'm a pretty big fan. I've been watching you guys for a minute. I like a lot of the takes you guys have with certain, situations. You guys aren't afraid to shoot it straight, and I like that. I don't like people who constantly try to, make it sound better than what it actually is. We got to be able to be realistic with ourselves. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put you in the raffle for 2 for being a first-time caller. And when you get done with this call, email me, asmanjake@gmail. I want to send you some merch as a thank you for calling in and supporting the show. All right.
Okay, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. And thank you for having me as well.
Great call. And a great call from Chillin' Buddha. How about that? Love that call.
He's chilling.
Love that. We reward people around here that know how to chill. What do we have here? We got Matt L in the raffle for 1. Let's go. Also, we have a Tyrone Garcia super chat. That means he's in the raffle for 2 with this $10 special. Happy to see Tyrod, but Brady Cook should be the backup to Justin Fields. Only 7 games left. Maybe Fields could come in for run plays. I would start to get Brady Cook ready to be the backup. I don't think it's going to be this week, though. I think Fields is probably the number 2 on Sunday.
Yeah. I think Cook is he's that last couple of games of the season guy if Tyrod stays healthy.
In all likelihood, you're probably right, no doubt. Mr. Chaos, looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. We'll be hobnobbing at the O'Leary Wedding of Champions. It will be a magical time.
It's going to be magical. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate the time. Always love talking to you.
You got it. Jeremy Jets Chaos with us there. Make sure you guys check out his channel. He's always appearing on the live watch-alongs with Green Bean as well. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you are on hold. Want to talk about this, what we just saw. Ladies and gentlemen, but first an update from the Chuck Wagon. Chuck, how are the sausages?
Very good. Oh, I have 0.9 if you want 0.9.
No, I don't want 0.9. Show us your sausage.
You're the first one to ask me that.
Yeah, baby. Show us those sausages.
Calm your freaky down.
Oh, boy.
Hey, give us another peek of your sausage.
Calm your freaky down.
Hand up. I did it to myself. All right, more of your calls right now. I need to probably find God, so I'll start with Jets Jesus. Hello, Mr. Jesus. You're on mute, Jets Jesus.
Sorry, still on mute. Hey, finally making it on a show in a long time. I've been on late watches. I know you've been seeing me in the comments, so that's good. But glad I could finally make it on for a live show.
I've missed you, Jets Jesus. I've missed you terribly.
Yeah, it's like I said, good to call. All right, I'm gonna try to not make this a full-on Neil call, but entertain me with this for a little bit. Can we slightly put aside the fact that we know that we can't completely rely on what Aaron Glenn says in his press conferences? I think a lot of the stuff with the quarterback, probably protecting the players in various ways and distracting from other conversations that he didn't want to happen. But I'd like to kind of go back to preseason and think about some of the things that we were wondering about with this team and answers that we've gotten and things that we still don't know at this point. I think I've definitely gained more confidence in Muji. I like a lot of the moves that he's made that seem to be like very much like him moves versus things that Glenn, we know has his hands on more, like with the draft and stuff like that. Like a lot of the trades, I really like picking up all of these wide receivers that all have promise. And I'm hoping that direction is going to be building through the offense so we can be like a modern NFL team and not trying to build the team through the defense. Mason Taylor, I think, has proven to be a solid tight end at the least, especially as a rookie. We know rookie tight ends don't usually really pop until their second year unless they're, superstars. And I think for the limited quarterback play, he's been able to show us that he's been able to translate a lot of the abilities that he had in college with being able to find soft spots in the zone, make some difficult and contested catches, and so on and so forth. I think that's translated well to the NFL. I'll give you a moment to talk. I don't know. I didn't want to just keep running my mouth the whole time. How am I sounding so far?
Your internet's a little choppy, Jets Jesus. So I'll let you make one more point after this. But I agree with your assessment on Muji. I think his in-season trades have looked good. He's understood value. He's extracted max value with the deadline deals. Look, I just think the biggest thing that's now facing this team going forward is their path to getting a quarterback. Let's be real. We could debate Tyrod, Fields. When do we see Brady Cook? In the big picture, the only thing that matters entering this offseason is what is the plan to get the quarterback situation figured out once and for all. And if they could solve that, we'll live with whatever happens after that. But that's the biggest thing they got to do.
Yeah, agreed. And my biggest thing is I do not want Kyler. I think Kyler would be a terrible decision. The Mac Jones stuff getting thrown around is a little interesting, although it's going to ultimately be, can you get a rookie and can you develop them? I'm definitely a person that doesn't like the rookie to start right away, even if it's a couple of games. I'd like it to, not just be throw the rookie right into the fire. So hopefully someone can, we can have a quarterback that's around for at least a little while that can get next season going, and we can ease the rookie in when they're fully ready. And, it's not just pushing them out there and, can you fly or sink or swim or whatever analogy you want to use.
Did you say, can you fly? Good call, Jets Jesus. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, look, I don't want Kyler Murray either. The only bridge I want that I would trade real assets for is Joe Burrow, and I don't believe he's going to be traded. But on the off chance, however slim it might be, he is available. Yes, that's the one guy I'd be willing to trade 3 ones for because he's Joe Burrow. And by the way, if the Jets did trade 3 first-round picks, guess what? They still would have 2 more first-round picks. It's never going to happen, though. Reminder, jersey giveaway at the end of the show. You pick the player. You want Namath, Klecko, Curtis, Krebet, Revis, Mangold, or Keyshawn? You can. Right now, we've only had 1 gifted membership 48 minutes into the show. So I'm going to gift a membership coming up shortly here. And if you want to get a channel membership, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you get one from me, I will put you in the raffle coming up at the end of the stream. But right now, we're going to get to more of your outstanding calls. And let's say hello to a guy where before we bring him on, you decide where he's calling in from.
We might have to put the inside-outside game on moratorium. It's been so cold. I was out yesterday at 2 separate soccer games, freezing my buns off.
You'll find a way, Kyle. You know how to navigate yourself through the great outdoors.
Speaking of which, though, this environment that we're going into is one of the coldest stadiums in the league. So when you get to mid-November and you're in M&T, you know it. So to go in there as a one-dimensional team, if we were to go in there with Fields, I think that, yes, Glenn would be on the verge of losing the team. He would be sending lambs to the slaughter. You have to be able to have an extra dimension when you go into that type of environment. Even though we're going to want to run the ball and have to strap up to stop the run, conversely, King Henry and the whole 9 yards, it's something where, just going in there when you with the other team knowing that, Fields is not a threat, we've somehow made it through 10, 11 games doing that so far. I don't think when you're talking about one of the perennial powers, even though they're a little bit down this year, that you go into that situation like that. They have it's right there on the harbor. I can never remember going to an NFL game all across the country. I've been to different types of stadiums. I've never been as cold as I've been in Baltimore.
Wow.
And I think it was October or November. So, and I had been to Cleveland, and that was cold, but it wasn't as cold. I've been to Cincinnati. I've been to a couple places that are kind of, known to be places where the weather might come into play. That's just one. The first thing I thought of when I heard that Tyrod was taking the reins is, this is a good thing. It's long overdue, but it's especially appropriate considering the opponent and the environment we're going into.
I agree, and I also think, like, when it comes to like this type of game, look what the Browns did yesterday. Like, their defense showed up and they were hanging around. Like, this to me is a game that the Jets should be able to hang around in and show a fight. But I think you completely demoralize the team if Fields goes back out there and stinks again. Like, I think against New England, because the opening drive was so successful, I don't think Glenn was ever going to lose the team, because people would be like, well, Fields already was so good on that one drive. Like, players saw it and they're like, okay, we're trying to get back to that. I think if he started with Fields and he struggled, say they don't have this great opening drive this go around, and they get in a hole early, I think what you're talking about could happen. So I think from that standpoint, it also makes sense to go to Tyrod Taylor.
Thanks for your time, Jake.
Kyle, excellent call as always. Well said. Some super chats here, but first, Brett gifted a channel membership. He is in the raffle for one.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael with a super chat says, great job with the number 80 interview. I was psyched to hear his number 2 favorite game was the division winner versus Green Bay. I was there too. Great night. We didn't stink. Yeah, that's also the last time the Jets set themselves up to have a home playoff game. All right, they beat the Packers the last week of the year. Then they destroyed Peyton Manning and the Colts the following week in the wild card round. That, to this day, is still the last home playoff game the New York Jets have had. January of 2003, the 2002 season. Crazy. Michael, you're in the raffle for 2 with this Fly By Night checking in. He's in the raffle for 5. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Just glad it was done eventually. Keep up the great work, Jake. Never won a raffle before, but wish me luck. I'm wishing you luck, Fly By Night. I am wishing you luck. All right, back to your outstanding calls. But first, we have to see this man's sausage. Chuck Wagon, give us an update.
The rice just finished, and just checking on the sausages. A couple more minutes on them.
Hey, let me take a look at your sausage. Let's go. Thank you.
Calm your freaky down.
Thank you for that one. All right, more of your calls right now. Let's say hi to James B. What's up, James?
Hey, Jake.
We're also joined by James's brother, Max. Hey, Mad Max.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, hey, bro.
How you doing? Let's talk about Thursday's game. It was an absolute joke, James B. I was actually on the show, Well, the positives that, our opening drive was good, but, the rest of the game was horrible. Our defense was horrible. Neil pointed out like when the two guys like, whoa, this what? Like he was like, oh, I have the ball. The two idiots decided, oh, let's just collide into each other. Let's not get the interception. And it caused
What
one.
do you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
I'll check back in with you, Mad Max. James, your brother, certainly could talk, man. He really can.
I've been kind of waiting for that moment for quite a while, just because of all the comments. Every time I've been on, people keep comparing me to him, or his long lost uncle, cousin, what have you. But no, Jake, I know you're upset because I know you were holding out hope for the playoffs, but we're officially mathematically eliminated. So I know that's it's hard
Are
for
the
you to
Jets
accept.
mathematically eliminated?
I believe so. I ran through the numbers. I think we are officially mathematically eliminated because of some of the games that people have to play against each other. Certain
Wow.
teams are guaranteed to win when, just how the matchups lay out. Someone could correct me on that, but that I believe that is the case. In any case, yeah, we stink, and I really want to see Brady cook. I mean, I get it. He's probably not very good either. There's probably a reason why he's on this practice squad, but I don't know, man. I mean, with Tyrod Taylor, great. We sub out Fields, we get Tyrod Taylor, so we go from historically awful to, what we know is to be average to slightly below average, but serviceable. That's what I'd rather just.
James, your internet got all choppy there. Good call though, man. Try and call back another show soon. Look, I think the Jets might technically still be alive because I feel like ESPN would have had like the meme of eliminated, like they do for all teams to get engagement. But I mean, they're 2-8. I guess technically they still could be playing for a winning season though, right? 9-8. So there's that. So let's keep that in mind. All right. We just heard from his brother. Now let's go to the main event.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about Jets, that boy, he's jamming, he's slamming, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about my main point, which is the quarterback change. I think it's a good idea that we start Tyrod. Justin Fields was horrible in the last game, and these Fields truthers are going to be like mad about it. Bro, Fields has been horrible this season. He only had 2 good games against the Steelers and the Bengals. The only reason he played good against the Bengals, Fields, is because the Bengals defense is historically inept, and the Steelers defense is not that good. So it's actually a good thing that the Jets bench Fields for this game and start Tyrod, for the Ravens. And what are your predictions for the Ravens game? I don't think we're going to beat the Ravens, but I think it'll be close. I didn't think the Ravens looked that good against the Browns. I was watching Red Zone yesterday, and they kept it close against the Browns, who were just awful. And we beat them last week by like 7 points. So I think we'll be close to the Ravens. What are your thoughts on that, Jake?
I think the Jets have a chance to hang around. I would not be shocked if it's competitive like the Patriots game was for a while, but I think eventually the Ravens will pull away.
Or, I mean, my game plan is we got to rush. You got to, with McDonald and stuff, we got to blitz Lamar Jackson. I saw Baltimore, they didn't really play good. Myles Garrett, I was watching Red Zone yesterday. Myles Garrett was blitzing Lamar Jackson. He sacked him a couple times. And then I was catching up with other games around the league. Oh, man, I think we could beat the Falcons. Oh, my God, the Falcons are horrible. Their defense is terrible. Oh, my God, they allowed the Panthers 30 points, and they made Bryce Young look like an all-star quarterback.
Mad Max, what are you laying on your bed?
My bed.
It's a very seductive pose, man. Can you call in and be a professional calling from your desk where you do your schoolwork from?
Oh, man, I'm actually going to move myself to the desk right now, Jake.
Position your phone, Mad Max. Let's see the setup here.
I don't have much. I don't have much of a setup, but this is my Chromebook. I just have my little computer where I do my work at, Jake.
Yep. So if you have a Zoom call, this is where it happens?
Yes, or if I'm on a show with you, this is where, or if I'm on call with you on my computer.
I see.
And then I have a little Jets calendar. I have a very nice Jets calendar. If you could see, Jake, I'm just gonna turn my camera around. This is my Jets calendar. I don't know if you can see. But I have a Jets calendar. I have a little Jets poster.
Nice.
I have a little Jets leg, a little.
What a dorm room, baby. Yeah.
I know, nice little apartment I live in, Jake.
What
are your predictions for the next two games? The Falcons game and the Ravens game. What are your predictions?
The Jets will probably lose.
I think the Jets will beat the Falcons. The Falcons are just horrible. But I'll talk about next week. We'll talk about next week, Jake.
I'm looking forward to it. Now, Mad Max, you are aware that you were the number 1 ranked caller in the month of October.
Yes, sir. I'm aware of it. I saw the video.
Good for you. I'm happy that you're aware.
I just saw it and I was like, I was so proud of myself, Jake. You got to thank God for it. Like, come on.
All right. Well, just do me a favor. Next time you call in, don't call in the paint me like one of your French ladies pose, all right?
Sounds good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mad Max.
What do you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a guy in the chat. I've never heard of him. He looks like a loser, probably is. Says, I'm going to be honest. You're the worst Jets channel in existence. I cannot stand you or your takes. I hope you move to a different fan base. Joining in to say that. Okay, at HU, whatever, fakakta name. That's probably a fake name. If you don't want to watch this show anymore, I'll make it real easy for you, right? It's real easy for me to remove you from the equation, all right? I'm not offended. If you think you could get great content elsewhere, God bless you and your family, but I don't have to put up with it. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Just kidding. I hope you're miserable.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the Sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
My favorite thing is the people that tell you this is more so on Twitter than YouTube. Cause if someone's actively coming to my channel, they're seeking Jet content, but on Twitter, you have the lowest common denominator of just idiots. And that's not even just for sports talk. That's I think for everything. And what I've noticed is you have people that say to me all the time when I'm critical of a 2-8 football team that's been poorly coached and has been god awful this year, go root for another team. No, man, being a fan means you're allowed to be objective and critical of your own team you root for. I love the Jets. I've been a Jet fan my whole life. I was born into it. I had no choice. My dad was a season ticket holder with my grandpa at Shea Stadium. They watched Joe Namath. So I had no other option. But I'm not also going to sit here and be a shill for the team. And that's why I have 43,000 subscribers, because people want honest discussion of their football team. You could agree with me or disagree with my opinions, but I'm not paid for it. I don't work for the Jets. I never would. They don't pay me a dime. I will never lose my objectivity talking about this team. So I love the go root for another team, people. It's that's not how this works. You be a fan, and you also are allowed to be critical of your team, and you still love your team. That's the difference. Just because you're critical doesn't mean you don't care. And I'd argue Jet fans are some of the best fans in all sports, if not the best, because we do still care. We are this passionate. I won't be pulling a Charles Gorman. Jordan has gifted 5 channel memberships. Hit it.
It's up to you, New York, New York.
Hell yeah, Joe B. Hell yeah. He's in the raffle for 5. Mark Yachenko also in our raffle at the end of today's show for one of these jerseys for 5. Give him a hug.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
All right, before we get back to your outstanding calls, we need an update on this man's sausage. What's the latest, Chuck?
It's done.
Show us your sausage. All right. Hey, can you eat some sausage on the air?
Do you want me to?
Absolutely. What do you think? This is a show that's talking about a team that's good? The Jets stink. This is what we need.
I should charge you for that,
No, come on. You love eating sausage.
Yeah, it's sweet too.
Calm your freaky down.
Chuck, you're sick. It's a family show. More calls right now. This guy always has clean and family-friendly calls.
It's time for another V-Man call. Hopefully he no sleeping. Adios mio.
What's up, Jake?
Hello, V-Man.
Yeah, no, I was just in the middle of doing some upholstering.
What are you doing?
Upholstering.
What does that
Upholstering a seat cushion.
You're making a seat cushion? Is that what that means?
No, I'm putting a reupholstering a seat cushion.
Reupholstering a seat cushion. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was gonna talk about the. I agree with you. This is the right move by Glenn. Should have happened sooner. And I do think I like what you said about the situation that a future rookie quarterback's gonna come in. You know, the one thing with the Jets is for the most part of their history, when they do get a rookie quarterback, I think the one except outside of the Sam Darnold situation, most of them have generally been surrounded with a relatively solid roster, the pieces around them. I think Sam Darnold's only one exception where you could say they didn't really help him. And I agree that when you bring a rookie quarterback into the situation, they're going to have the strong offensive line. If you keep Breece Hall, you're going to have a nice running back. You know, you're going to have Garrett Wilson as a quality receiver. I like Mason Taylor, the tight end. You know, I think it's going to be a good situation. And with the Baltimore game, it's going to be interesting because Baltimore has this knack of, you know, that they've had this reputation in the later stages of the Harbaugh, more recent eras with Harbaugh, where they've just blown late game leads. So it'll be an interesting game, definitely. It'll be a game that we're going to be fighting in. I do think that. I agree with you. We probably won't win the game.
In all likelihood, they will not. I would like to see more from these wide receivers who should get some more chances to make some plays downfield, though. I honestly, I want to know what we have in A.D. Mitchell by the end of the season, John Mechie by the end of the season. We got 7 games to evaluate them. I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I agree.
It sounds like a gun being shot, B-man.
It's a staple gun.
I see.
Yeah.
What else is on the agenda today?
This is literally, I'm going to probably watch the Monday night game and see Quinn's debut as a Cowboy.
Okay. Any rum on the horizon for you?
Maybe I'll have a bit of an 8. Maybe I got a Bacardi 8 that I might open.
Is that V-Mom?
Yes.
Hi, V-Mom.
Hi, Derek. How are
All
you?
right, you know what? Why don't we just bring in the dogs too?
I'm great. How are you?
Is that his way of trying to get rid of me? I mean,
It sounds like it. You're welcome on the show anytime, V-Mom. We love you.
No. All
thank
right.
you, Jay.
Why don't you get the dogs in here too?
Why don't you get the dog?
No, because I'm holding this thing back. Because the Jets are terrible anyway, so we might as well bring in the furry dogs to increase the ratings.
It's almost a 1-year anniversary of you cooking on the air too, V-Man.
Oh, it is? Lioness Lucy!
Oh, well.
Nope, they're not gonna listen. They're not gonna listen today. They're not gonna. He was literally here, like when I was in the lobby, literally just sitting in front of this camera, just staring into it. Like, but I guess he doesn't want to show up now. He's camera shy right now.
All right. Well, if he calls in, V-Man,
maybe we can go find him.
No, he went someplace else.
call back in when you get him. All right.
That's it.
Like, hold on, I can just actually run upstairs and he's probably upstairs right now.
All right, you run after your dog. Run, hustle. Here we go. Dun 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 dun. Hit the music. Dramatic music. Yeah. Oh yeah. The
All right,
V-Dogs, ladies and gentlemen.
I better get back. I better get back to finishing that cushion.
All right. You have a great day.
Good peace.
That's the end of that V-Man call. Now he can go back to sleeping.
Yeah, I'm here. So, point 9. Ravens are third worst.
Gator says, I think Big Joe might need an intro.
Big Joe.
Yeah, it's nice. I like my recliner. No, I just called to check in. I don't like all those wrinkles on my head. I don't have that many wrinkles. My implants are coming in 3 months.
The Kardashian ones?
Put the jet gear on for you. Been running some errands early. Came home just chilling. Jake.
Big Joe.
Big day tomorrow, surgery.
Let's go, Big Joe. How we feeling?
I feel okay. I'm looking forward to get rid of this nerve pain.
We're looking forward to you getting rid of it.
Yeah, I'm supposed to help me be upright a little bit more and get rid of this nerve pain. My surgery's around 11:30, 12 tomorrow.
I'm excited, Big Joe. Hopefully it all goes well. I think it will, and you'll be back and better than ever.
I hope so. I want to get back to being on the court again.
Big Joe.
And I want to give a shout out to Kyle. He reached out to me via text to wish me luck on my surgery today. So appreciate that, Kyle.
Hell yeah. Kyle Clifton, a gentleman.
Yeah, he's the man.
Big Joe.
I love that guy.
Are you excited, Big Joe? You looking forward to this, or you're a little nervous?
No, I'm excited. I've had quite a bit, so I'm used to it by now. I just need this nerve pain to go away.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of people are asking questions, including your arch nemesis, Georgie, who wants to know, will the surgery help you from being a chump?
Whatever.
Dave Bridges says, Big Joe, hang in. Peter Castro, Big Joe, good luck tomorrow.
Appreciate all the Asmaniacs with the good thoughts and prayers, man. Appreciate that. That's why I called. Want to get as many thoughts and prayers out there for me for tomorrow.
I love that, Big Joe. I'm excited for you.
So hopefully I'll only be in the hospital a couple of days so I can get back over the weekend to watch the Jets game.
We're talking about Big Joe.
Hey, I got another guy on the line who's had quite a few surgeries and has some advice for you. Beast, what do you got?
Take my advice. You're gonna need a lot of advice for the back, and then if you get lucky, if you ever get the chance to go to Dollar Tree, go get that gel ice and rub it on your back. It sucks, but that shit will work like a charm. And one more thing, get yourself some ice packs and make sure to freeze them. At least leave them in the icer for about 12 hours, and then once the 12 hours hit, put it on your back, lay it out for about 30, 40 minutes. That should decrease all that pain in whatever part of the back you're in pain in. You tell me how crazy I am. I just took 4 chair headshots.
What do you think of that, Big Joe?
Hey, I take all the advice I can get. I appreciate it.
Well, good luck tomorrow, Big Joe. We are rooting for you. I'm very excited for the end result. All right.
Sounds good. I'll holler at you when I get better.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Joe. All right, open phone lines for anyone who wants in on the conversation. Reminder about the raffle. It's a Jets jersey of your choosing, but you better enter the raffle if you want to win the signed items tomorrow. Darrelle Revis helmet, LaDainian Tomlinson jersey, CJ Mosley helmet are the top prizes. If you tuned in late, Jets have made it official. Justin Fields to the bench, Tyrod to start Sunday against his old team, the team that drafted him, the Baltimore Ravens. We got a super chat here from Matt L, who says, what does Mad Max hang outside his door to let his roommate know he's having special time? Another band skills name added to Uncle Vito's list. Great question about Mad Max. One, I will not be asking him because I don't want to know. And two, that guy that we sent to the hole, bum. All right, more calls. A lot of people want in on the conversation, but first, an update on the Chuck Wagons sausage. Chuck? Chuck?
I'm here.
Did you eat all your sausage?
Not yet.
What is the latest?
What would you like?
Just where I
I'll have to think about that. I'll get you something.
You would just say no because there's always something on the stove. and you didn't
Ladies and
feed
gentlemen, we're
us
listening in on
veggies.
Chuck Wagon
It's
being a
so
dad
amazing.
right now. Father
Okay.
Wagon, they call him.
So
Papa Wagon. Is Kid Wagon yelling at you?
She wants McDonald's and she's not too happy with the dish meal that I made for tonight.
I think it looked pretty good. You got a seller on it, you know?
Yeah, she came back from dance and yeah, she wanted McDonald's.
Don't
And
take that crap, Chuck Wagon.
I won't.
You're the man of the household.
I wish that was true. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to close up shop for today to deal with the little one upstairs.
All right. Well, good luck, Chuck Wagon. Tell Kid Wagon that she should eat what you cooked for dinner and be happy with it.
Yep. But
All
we'll
right.
see. Wait to see. See you tomorrow.
You got it, Chuck Wagon.
Now that is what you call a man's chant. Justin Fields on the bench, that's much more like it. Let's see how Tyrod does this Sunday when we play Baltimore. And for the love of Christ, please start Brady Cook.
So Beast's throw that Tyrod is playing, then says, we'll see how he does Sunday against Baltimore, but then ends his call with, please, for the love of God, start Brady Cook. That, my friends, is why you can't get takes on the Jets quite like that one anywhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat from Mike Perez. When Beast is constipated, he uses ice. Beast, is this true?
Ice always works 90% as long as you know how to work with it. If it's gel, you can rub it on your back and make sure to take better proper precautions.
I got gas right now.
Thank you, Beast. Craig in Australia says, good day, mate, from the great state of Western Australia. Gary would like it here because they also think they're an independent country. Craig, well done, sir. By the way, Mike, I got you in the raffle for 2. More of your calls right now. Artie is next. What's up, Artie?
Jake, hope you're doing well today. Hey, I think Kid Wagon needs a belt across her ass. That's what I think.
Whoa, hey now.
But, you know, that's just my opinion anyway. Hey, what's with this Brady Cook talk anyway? I mean, don't anybody understand that we're playing Tyrod so we can evaluate everybody around them? Because we don't have no idea what we got. So I don't even think they care about winning and losing anymore. But we'll see.
Love that.
Yeah, I came in a little hot.
I love
a little
it.
hot.
I like the take. Look, I just want to
Yeah.
see competency. It wouldn't shock me if Tyrod gets banged up, though. So I'm fascinated to see
No, of course
who the
not.
number 2 quarterback is. I want to see just more chances downfield. Let's run a modern offense. If he throws picks, I'll live with it. But I want to evaluate. We're in evaluation mode. The play caller, the offensive staff, the weapons. It's all under evaluation right now.
Yeah, Justin Fields might just be one of them guys. I mean, like, you know, sure, he was backup on a lot of teams, but he never really had a chance to sit for a year or two. You know, this guy can still develop and be a good player. He's a terrific athlete.
It
He
won't
just
be
don't
with the
have
Jets,
mental.
though. Yeah, it won't be with the
No,
Jets. He's in his
yeah,
5th year.
no.
He'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, go somewhere else, but be patient and sit and learn and just develop. You know, if it takes a year or two, still a young man. He's got so much talent. You just don't have this, you know, which a lot of them don't, you know. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm actually, I heard a couple of takes about picking up some players off practice squad on other teams to field them in case Tyrod gets hurt. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I got to think if Brady Cook was up to playing, they'd be playing him. You know what I mean? So he's probably not close either. You know. So
Yeah, but we said that about
end up having to pick
Fields.
somebody.
Yeah, but we said that with Fields too. Look how long it took for them to finally be benched. So I do think at the end of the year we probably see a start or 2 from Brady Cook. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I could see that too. Well, hopefully Tyrod stays healthy enough so we at least see what Mechie and AD and the other guys can do. And hopefully these other guys get on the field now at least, because, I mean, there's no sense playing them if they weren't going to be able to get the ball thrown to them, you know? So, I mean, it's just a total mess.
I agree.
Anyway,
Artie,
brother, have a
call.
good day, everybody. As Maniacs, enjoy yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, Artie of Peg and Artie lore. Jaden says, raffle me, please. Jaden, you are in the raffle for 2. Despite your dig at me earlier that I don't watch college football. I definitely don't watch a ton of it. I'm a casual college football fan, but I have watched more in recent weeks because I've watched the last 2 Mendoza games. And I certainly watched Dante Moore Friday night tear it up against Minnesota. And I watched, what's his name? Ty Simpson not look great over the weekend against Georgia. Or not Georgia. Oklahoma, excuse me. Arch Manning did not look that great against Georgia. So I've been watching the QBs a little more now. But I'm an NFL guy. I like college football. I don't live and die with it. I don't have a team. Although, speaking of college football, go Bombers. Brought the Cortica Jugs back home, baby. Took down Will Parkinson's Cortland Red Dragons on Saturday. And next year's game will be at Yankee Stadium. So I look forward to that. All right, more of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. When this guy calls in, we stop what we're doing and we listen because he has knowledge that all of us need to hear. It's time, folks. Let's go.
He thinks that Charles and Bobby need to get a job. This cowboy hates to see us maniacs complain. What he call him, one punch breaker. You need to get a job. What he call him, one punch breaker. The beast is on his ass. Call him one punch breaker. Has anyone seen Bean Mac? Call him one punch breaker. You only need one.
Jake, good evening. Good
Dave
evening,
Brigger.
Jake.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
How's things going? How's my Wi-Fi sounding tonight?
You look great. You sound great. The Asmaniac bucket hat is tremendous, Dave. I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well. Yeah, winter's setting in. That's not too good for me, you know. But,
Winter's rough. I'm right there with you.
winter's rough, yeah. But let's see what happens with this quarterback change, you know? I'm not too enthused about Tyrod Taylor after watching him in Tampa, but it's better than Fields, I would imagine. So we have to see what we have here. Looked at the quarterbacks over the weekend. I don't want to give a lot of draft capital away for anybody, possibly except Mendoza. I didn't like Simpson's play. It wasn't very. He needs more seasoning. That guy can't come out this year.
I will say this though, Dave. Like judging anyone on only like a 1-game sample size is always like they still got a lot of big games to go, Alabama. So like we'll get a better idea as these guys keep playing.
But Jake, here's the question: who's going to develop these guys? Who is,
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's always our problem here. I mean, we're in a position now. We have all these draft choices, and I don't know. If we could get, it's hard to say. We know to get a veteran would be good, rather than try to train somebody. It's just I don't have any faith in whoever's going to develop the quarterback. Unfortunately, we've seen too much over the years. You know what I mean? I don't know. We need a quarterback so bad. So bad. Just let's see. I guess we just have to ride it out here on the stretch to see what happens. You know. But don't let us give all that draft capital away and see another quarterback fail. The only one I see so far that I possibly is Mendoza, and I'm not sold on him 100%.
There's no perfect prospect, like you just got to hope that they get someone that can handle the slings and arrows of playing in New York. And the coaching staff has been very unimpressive, top to bottom. So hopefully they improve because I don't think Glenn and his staff are going anywhere. Especially maybe there's some changes like Steve Wilkes won't be back, but I think Angstran's going to be here, which is why I do want to see what this offense looks like with Tyrod for an extended period, just to get a better idea on what personnel we do have already in place.
Well, hopefully he stays in one piece. He's like paper mache, Tyrod Taylor. He could be in there. He could be in there one play. He could be in there a quarter. He could be in there a half. But I guess we're probably going to see this Cook also because I don't see him staying upright, Tyrod. It's never happened. He's always hurt. So, and let's see this. The new guy, A.D. Mitchell, hold on to the ball. Come on, the guy's open. Catch the ball. Catch the ball. Let's see what happens with the receivers. But, coming into the draft, we need a quarterback. We have to concentrate on offense. Forget that, we need offensive players. It's a modern age. We have to build this offense. We just can't can't. We need a run stuffer, but we need to build our offense.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious where this team has to go. And as far as our coach goes, hopefully he's waking up a little bit. Stop the nonsense at the press conferences. I mean, it's nobody really. No, it's not a big thing, but he's got to be a little bit more attentive to what he says there. That's all. And as far, I only got one beef tonight, and it's Hamburger. He doubled down the other night. It wasn't very pretty with his Joe Namath take. And some of the guys defending him, I mean, he said it twice. There's no defense for what this guy said. None. Zero. He was just, I mean, to talk about Joe Willie that way is just, and double down on it. I mean, I really don't. I don't have any respect for that guy. That's it. So, you guys heard him. I wasn't imagining things. Right, Jake? You heard him.
I heard what he said. I feel like the next step is to get you two on the line together to hash this one out.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have any remorse. He said in the chat he has no remorse. He doesn't care. He said it. So he said it. That's what he believes. Just don't go for it, guys. Joe Willie was the man. He was the man. And to talk about our guy like that, it's inappropriate. That's all I could say. It's inappropriate. So, Jake, it's always good talking to you and the men, the women of, Jets fandom, the real people. That we just got to hang in there. Because someday we're going to achieve. Achievement's on its way, hopefully. Hopefully it comes quickly. So, listen,
Dave,
everybody, God bless out there.
You're the man. From your lips to God's ears.
He thinks that Gary needs more shots upside his head. This cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, they call him one-punch Brigger. The moon landing was free. They call him one-punch Brigger. His claim is not true. They call him one-punch Brigger. He did jokes and swipe his ass. One-punch Brigger. Don't you know they need one? Yeah!
Man, that Dave Briga, he is one of the greats, folks. No other way around it. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our next call, we do have an update on the Chuck Wagon food game.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
She ate the sausage.
She ate the sausage. Hey, now.
Calm your freaky down.
That's great news, though. How did it go down? You basically said, I made sausage. You're going to eat it. We're not getting McDonald's.
I just explained to her that, unfortunately, it's not the best thing in the world to eat at McDonald's or Burger King every night. Just sat down with her, just had a little talk, and I told her in the future, yeah, I would be more than happy to take her to McDonald's, but just not tonight.
Well done, Chuck Wagon. I think we're all proud of you. That's real parenting right there.
Tough for a 9-year-old to listen sometimes, but she did.
I'll tell you what, Chuck Wagon. We just started this competition 5 seconds ago, but the Azzy Award for Best Father. I mean, you gotta be the front runner right now.
I'm just trying to take it one day at a time.
Well said. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chuck Wagon.
It's up to you, New York, New York.
Not much. Got a sore back right now, but let me call right back and take care of something. Take care of a little business before pleasure. But like I said before, let the kids play. If Tyrod gets hurt, put Brady in. I want to see what the kid can do. And to Mr. Glenn, where's Pritchett? Where's he at? Put him on. Let these young kids develop. If they don't develop, what are you going to do in the coming years? You better think about it. I'd think about it if I were you.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the dark night. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that Purple Belt Mike. Purple Belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
I just wanted to call in with the to talk about Joe Namath. Hamburger just making a joke, Dave. I think not to be like that literal. He doesn't want him to die or whatever. I think he's just making a
So you think he doesn't believe in the Joe Namath curse?
No. gotta be silly to think, oh, this guy's gonna die, and then the Jets are gonna be good. You know what I mean? I just think he's playing, he's having fun. So
I don't believe in the curse either. I think the Jets have sucked because they've sucked. I don't think Joe Namath's curse has anything to do with it.
yeah, like the Browns have sucked because they're the Browns. You know what I'm saying? There's no curse. It's just team sucks, ownership, this, that, and the other. So that's all I want to say about that.
Now, Mike,
But
would you like to address this very, very strong comment from Leon? He
Sure.
says, Purple Belt Mike has been packing on pounds. He needs a bigger purple belt.
That's hilarious. I did gain like 8 pounds from not being able to run. But now that I'm started running, I lost 2 of those 8 pounds. So yeah, I put on some weight, but I'm slowly losing it.
The man tore his ACL, people. Give him a break.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I just got medically cleared to run last week, so I started running. But yeah, I'm very aware that I gained 8 pounds.
Let me bring on my health guy. I'll give you some advice on how you can lose some weight. Beast, what do you got? Beast?
I got
get off the
he's
phone,
muted.
Beast. We got business to attend to here.
He's muted. He doesn't know what he's done.
Hey, Beast, unmute your mic.
Good.
Oh, jeez. Hey. PBM needs some advice how to lose weight.
Plenty of water, kid. Plenty of water, plenty of salads. Not
Is that
so
how
much.
I lose 70 pounds in 3 months that way? Salad and water?
Yeah, that too, and some good chicken, and chicken's also a good thing too. It's however you do it, and plus, you gotta stay physical, stay positive.
That man lost 70 pounds in 3 months. So there you go.
I got a hypothetical. Let's say the only way the Bengals do the trade, they want 5 first-round picks. I would say yes. What would you say?
So I got to trade every first-round pick I have now over the next 2 years?
Correct.
Well, I would do it still. I think you and I would be in the minority, and I'll tell you why I would do it. I look at it like this. It basically would be Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, and 2 first-round picks.
Correct. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Like, in my head, that's how I would justify it. I still would have my 2 2s, right? Yep. And I don't know. As crazy as it sounds, it would basically be Sauce, Quinnen, and 2 1s, and I have a franchise quarterback in the AFC where you need one or you're going to get cooked to have any chance to do anything, especially in that division now with May and Rabel and Josh Allen still being Josh Allen. I mean, I think we'd be in the minority on that, but I would have to strongly consider it. I might lean yes.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen, though. They're not going to trade him. I still don't buy it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pipe dream, but a man can dream. We're 2-8.
That's right.
Dream.
That's right. Mike, God bless you.
Peace.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
All right, keep the phone calls coming here. We're an hour and a half in. We opened the show discussing the news of the day. Justin Fields to the bench. Tyrod Taylor will start. For how long? That's the question. Jets on FanDuel opened up as 14.5-point underdogs. It's down to 13.5 following the quarterback change. So, at least in the eyes of these sports books, the Jets have increased their chances of winning by making this change. By the way, I did gift the membership earlier after I sent that loser to the hole. So if you got it, I got to look and see who got it, but I will put you in the raffle. And the raffle is coming up at the end of the show for a Jets Legends jersey. You pick the player you wanted it. Namath, Klecko, Martin, Corbett, Revis, Mangold, Keyshawn. More calls right now. This guy typically calls in, and he's calling in a prison outfit normally, but he's not doing that right now. Hello, Michael.
Yeah, Jake, I broke out of jail today. Family met me, had a good first meal.
Very happy for you. Well deserved.
Beast and eating that raw meat. I've gone to classes. Does he know that's very dangerous? Raw meat, salmonella, parasites. I mean, you can't be eating, raw meat, and that meatball hero he was eating. Boy, I'll tell you, everything seems to break news once you go off the air. As soon as you left this morning, that's when the Fields thing came down. I don't know if I would trade 5 number 1 picks. I mean, you know what? I understand we have cap space, but that's just a little much. I've been looking at a lot of mock drafts. I know it's too early. It's the middle of the season. Who does that? But guess what? When you're a Jet fan and you don't usually watch college football, guess what? We all watch college football now, don't we? We want to see what the quarterbacks are. Every draft I looked at has Simpson coming out, Moore coming out, and Mendoza coming out. Mendoza, the first guy out. They even have like the Giants picking 2, Texans, Tennessee picking 1, neither taking quarterbacks. And it always seems to be Mendoza 1 and the other 2 too. So, like you said, it's a crapshoot. I mean, since Andrew Luck came out and proved he was a legit number 1, can you tell me anybody besides him since then that's a guarantee?
Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? That's right. He came
If you're
out
talking
after.
just number 1 overall picks,
Yeah.
this is the art. Like it's Luck and Burrow is the only ones
Right.
who clearly worked, and some of the other number 1s that have had success, they had success on different teams. Like Goff is now on Detroit. Baker Mayfield has been on a couple teams and finally settled down now with Tampa. I do this exercise all the time. To me, it's not about the number 1 pick. It's
agree.
about being in position to get the guy you want, no matter where that is. And the Jets, with their resources, can make any trade they want to make if they love a guy.
Exactly. And you know what? If one guy is not so much higher than the other, then stay where you are and hope they fall to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just and like Mr. Brigger there, he piggybacked on me this morning. Like, I don't have any confidence that we're gonna be able to develop a guy. Like, and I think most Jet fans don't. I really don't. I don't think that we know how to do that. And one last thought, boy, this chat boy, nothing sacred, boy. When he said purple pelt might gain 8 pounds, boy, listen, everyone's after everybody in this chat. It's fantastic. You know what? No holds barred, and that's what makes the show so much fun.
You never know what someone's going to do on this show. I mean, at any given moment, I mean, things like this could just happen, and you're like, what? What is this real? Oh, yeah, it is.
You tell me how crazy I am. I just took 4 chair headshots. Now that's what you call a man's man who can take chair shots like that. You could even ask Terry Funk that one. But to Terry Funk.
Hey, Beast, I got an extra ticket to Monday Night Raw at the Garden tonight. John Cena's last match there.
I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling and
you don't want to come to the Garden with me? Come on.
I love Madison Square Garden, but there's certain people that I cannot stand.
It's John Cena's last match. You don't like Cena?
Doesn't matter. I still respect Madison Square Garden, but the thing is, I respect New Japan Pro Wrestling and also CMLL.
You don't like John Cena?
Can't
see me. Hey, you can't see me.
I can't stand him.
Really?
That guy's a douche. He wasn't always a douche. That's why ECW fans like me.
John Cena. You don't like John Cena, Beast? Wow.
I hated him since then. See, when he came to ECW in New York at One Night Stand in New York at the Manhattan Center, we kicked his ass all over the place. And Rob Van Dam did the right thing. Knock him on his ass. See, that's why ECW is real deal. If you want to be fake and watch other... Oh.
Great points as always by Beast. All right. This guy always has great calls. Psych. JJ's next. Hello, JJ.
I don't think I've ever had a bad call, to be honest with you. Top 5 caller.
When your internet's horrific, it's a bad call.
Yeah, that is true. Yo, okay, so I've been thinking about it, right? And I have a conspiracy theory for you. I think the only reason that and I thought this before the move happened, I had a feeling that Aaron Glenn was going to bench Fields this week and put in Tyrod. And I think the reason is because he's expecting Tyrod to perform terribly against the Ravens, which is a pretty good team historically, well-coached team. And I think he thinks Tyrod's going to do so bad that he'll be able to get away with putting Fields back in the following week against, who do we play the following week? Come on.
The New York Jets play the following week, the Atlanta Falcons.
Who suck, right?
Yes.
He gets to put Justin Fields back in there against the terrible Atlanta Falcons. Justin Fields gets to, shine against the Falcons. Do I think that he will shine? No, but I think this is my conspiracy.
I don't think we see Fields in that game unless Tyrod got hurt. I think they're going to give Tyrod a real run as the quarterback for a couple of weeks here to evaluate what they have.
I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be like the similar situation of last year when not Robert Saleh, maybe that was 2 years ago with Robert Saleh, when we were begging for the backup to come in, and then they finally put the backup in, and the backup was even worse. And then
Yeah, but
he's
they
like,
didn't go back. They didn't go back to Zach at that point. They went to Simeon. Remember, they went to Boyle first, and then
yeah,
they went
true.
to Simeon.
That is true.
And I think this year the equivalent of that would be it's Brady Cook after Tyrod, not Fields again.
Well, then hopefully we can see Brady Cook and see if he can do anything. I really am starting to like Mendoza now. I don't know. He's starting to grow on me. I was watching more and more of him over the weekend, and I mean, Ty Simpson blew it. He had the
One game,
opportunity.
man. It's amazing how fickle this fan base is. Last week, I'm taking calls from people being like, no, it's all Ty Simpson, not Mendoza. And Ty Simpson against a great team doesn't play his best game. And now it's back to Mendoza. And I like Fernando Mendoza. I thought he had a great interview today on the Pat McAfee show. He'd be my preference if I could pick one right now. But I'm not ruling out Ty Simpson. I'm not ruling out Dante Moore, who, if he comes out, I like a lot. People
I'm not ruling him out.
man.
I'm not ruling him out either, but the thing about college football, right, is it's make or break every week. One loss and you get knocked out of the top 5, top
There's more
10.
leeway this year, though. You could probably lose, in some cases, 3 times and still maybe be a playoff team. Definitely 2.
Yeah, for sure. So I just say that he kind of, he blew it because that was a huge game, and that game could have risen his stock even more. And he was underwhelming at times during that game. Now, I'm not saying that I'm Mendoza over Simpson just yet. But Mendoza's starting to grow on me, and he actually might be the real deal. And then this Dante Moore guy, I like him too. So there's going to be 3 quarterbacks that potentially come out and we can like. So I don't want to at all draft. I'm sorry, not draft. I don't want to trade picks to get Joe Burrow. I would rather us draft and develop a quarterback. You're going to like this story. Randomly today, for some odd reason, a video of you popped up from like 3 weeks ago when you were talking to Nick Faria about some interview that came out with Robert Saleh, and the interview said that the Jets killed Robert Saleh's joy, and you guys were talking about it. I don't know how I'd never seen this video before, but it randomly popped up. So I watched like the first 10 minutes, and Nick Faria was saying, and I actually agreed with him on this, he said that the Jets and Robert Saleh tried to take the easy way out and shortcut it by getting Aaron Rodgers and trying to, get to the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers instead of redrafting a quarterback and making up for the mistake of getting Zach Wilson. And what ended up happening was Aaron Rodgers gets hurt and everything goes kaput. I think that if Aaron Glenn was to trade 2 first-round draft picks for Joe Burrow, and God forbid Joe Burrow get hurt like he gets every year, well, then it would be the same thing repeating what happened with Aaron Rodgers again. And I would rather them draft and develop a quarterback than potentially, trade 2 first-round draft picks for a guy who's injury prone at this point. We have 2 first-round draft picks this year. I mean, we can just get our quarterback and get a good wide receiver number 2 and then train and develop him and see what we got.
Real quick, though, here's the difference and why I disagreed with Nick's take on that when we had the discussion. They tried to build it the right way, and for the most part, they did. The problem was they missed on Zach Wilson, so the only alternative was to do what Tampa Bay did, which worked for them, where they brought in Brady and then won the Super Bowl. The Jets brought in Rodgers. He got hurt 4 plays in. That's no one's fault, but that's the reality of why it ultimately failed and kind of started this timeline to where we're at. Like, that injury changed everything. It bought the previous regime another year when they probably didn't deserve it in hindsight, and then Woody pulled the plug 5 games into Saleh, and that ruined any chance of salvaging last season at 2-3. So, I think Douglas, for all his faults, he did build a roster that certainly with competent quarterback play in 22 and 23 would have been good enough to go to the playoffs. And then it obviously fell apart after that. But I don't think they tried the easy way out. I think they made the logical choice because they were not in position in 2023 after Zach Wilson failed to draft someone with a win now team. That wasn't going to be the case. They had to go for it, and it just didn't work. And unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. But I don't think it was because they tried to take the easy way out. They tried the right way. It failed. This was the Hail Mary attempt to still try and salvage what was a good roster.
No, I get you, but and this is probably wouldn't have been a possibility at all. But imagine if, instead of us taking Aaron Rodgers, if we would have drafted like a Jaden Daniels or even the year prior, like a CJ Stroud, and then you pair that with Aaron Rodgers and I'm not Aaron Rodgers, with Robert Saleh and those years with those teams.
Yeah,
I mean,
how?
who knows?
How would they have done that? They were picking 10 in 2024.
Yeah, by trading up.
They were
By
not going to be
trading
able
up?
to do it though. Remember, the Giants tried to trade up too. They got turned down, and they were.
Oh
coming
yeah,
from
that is
sixth.
true. That
It
is
was never
true.
going to happen.
That is true. So I digress, but I will say this, right? The last point I'll make: when we go back and look at all the teams that we've lost to this year, and especially when we look at like some of the one-score lost games, with the exception of maybe the Miami Dolphins, we've played some pretty good football teams. I mean, like I'm not as mad at the Bronco win. I mean, at the Bronco loss in London as I was during it being in London and losing.
You should be. They lost that game because of their head coach's bad decision making. You should definitely
Yes.
still be mad at that.
Yes, but when I look back at how competitive we were with these top-notch teams, I mean, in my opinion, and I'm just looking for any glimpse of hope, but when I look back at the season and I look at some of these losses, they're not as bad now that we know what those teams have gone on to become.
Do you still want to fire Aaron Glenn?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I want to fire him. I still want to fire him because if I can get Mike McCarthy, let me say this, Jake. If we can get big Mike McCarthy and give him 2 first-round draft picks, Mike McCarthy developed Aaron Rodgers. He developed Dak Prescott into the top quarterbacks. I mean, people don't give Mike McCarthy as much credit as he deserves. But
hey, a couple questions for you. Are you calling in from a Ring doorbell cam?
I don't even know why this thing is like this. I thought you did it to like mess
Gator
with me.
says, now I know what a toilet bowl sees after Taco Bell.
Oh, he's trying to call me shit. That was kind of mean. You know, the funny thing about Gator is he always has something negative to say about me, and I don't know why. And then when I
Burner says, got a rectal exam and left with a camera.
Okay, well,
Black Gypsy says Black Bob Ross is killing it today.
Thank you guys. Any more jokes, comments? Come on.
Brian wants to know, are you inside a human asshole?
This looks like being inside an asshole. Interesting.
Black Gypsy says, JJ, paint us a landscape.
I actually don't know how to paint. That was one thing that I wish I didn't know how to paint because, you know, I think I could be rich right now if I was a painter.
Now, what's the deal with you and Gator? You guys still have beef?
No, I don't have beef. It's just every time I call in, he has something negative to say about me. But then when I call him fat and stuff like that, you know, it's a problem. Everyone says I'm a jerk and I'm so mean. But when Gator makes fun of me and stuff, it's all, you know, fine and dandy. But that's not the point. What was I saying? I was saying something very important. What was I telling you about?
I don't know. What were you telling me about?
Oh, yes. About when I look back at Mike McCarthy and what he was able to do with Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers. You give Mike McCarthy a first-round pick and then you draft Mendoza or Ty Simpson. I think he would pair better with even a Dante Moore. Imagine Mike McCarthy with one of those guys, and then he turns him into like the next Dak Prescott, next Aaron Rodgers type. I mean, come on, we gotta go out there and swing for the fences. That's how we turn this team around, not by giving Aaron Glenn another chance.
Ant Banks says, JJ, your takes are as dumb as your camera right now.
Ant Banks has never called into the Jake Asman show ever, so I don't care about what he has to say. Hey, call in if you have a better take. Somebody call in with a better take. How about that? Don't critique. Do better.
Hennessy says, you were telling us about Fields being in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I made one mistake. You know, Hennessy Heisman, I like this guy because Hennessy Heisman was the same guy who was like, Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas was so good. Hennessy Heisman was a Joe Douglas stan for about 4 years, right? 4 years, this guy was a Joe Douglas stan. Now he pretends like it never happened. I was wrong about one thing. This guy was wrong for 4 years about Joe Douglas.
You don't get to just gloss that over as one mistake. You said Justin Fields would be in the Ring of Honor, and before you even gave that take, you took a dunk on like Chad Pennington and Vinny Testaverde acting like they weren't that good.
No.
That?
I never took a dump on them. You know who took a dump on them? The Jets Ring of Honor themselves, because they're not even in the Jets Ring of Honor. How is that possible that Vinny Testaverde and the other guy isn't in the Jets Ring of Honor?
Jets for that long. If you think of their careers, look at the guys in the Ring of Honor. They all played either most of their careers with the Jets or all of it, and they had, like we're talking like 8 to 10 years of playtime. Pennington, when he was healthy, was awesome, but he wasn't healthy and then eventually left. And Vinny didn't join the Jets until he was 35 years old already.
Yeah, but we all wish that if Justin Fields played like he played week 1 every single week, we all wish that was a possibility. And if that was a possibility, he would be in the Jets Ring of Honor.
Yeah, and if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. What are we doing here?
No, she would still be your aunt. It's 2025. There's trans, genders now, so you got to be careful with that one.
I mean, what a spin zone. I do love your take. Just one mistake.
It is one mistake though. I was wrong about one thing. How many other things can you guys say that I was actually wrong about? I mean, I've been, ahead of my time in a lot of this. I've been JJ Damas.
AG's Burner says Jets ring cam of honor.
Yeah, I'm a Jake Asman Ring of Honor caller. It's me, top 5 callers of the show. Me, Alan, Gary. Forget the rest. That's the only 3 that matter.
I'll tell you what. You can't claim to be a top caller. The people will vote on that as they do every March. See how you do this year in the tournament, Mr.
Oh, I'm out first round. This year I'm going out first round. I might, I might
caller until proven otherwise.
I might pull another retirement this year again and try that strategy again. That strategy, I thought it would have got me, further past, but then you guys set me up for failure by putting me against a big fella. What was that about?
You set yourself up for that because if you didn't call in, you weren't ranked as the seed that you felt like you should have been seeded for. So keep doing.
Yeah, but look at Dave. Look at Dave Brigger, right? See,
Dave Brigger captured lightning in a bottle. He defeated Beast and went on this run.
They gave Dave Brigger Beast in the first round. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, Dave Brigger wasn't Dave Brigger before Asmaniac Madness. Dave Brigger became Dave Brigger and became One Punch Dave Brigger when he knocked out Beast in the first place and then went on this run to the Sweet 16.
That's a historical run. What we need to do is a documentary.
He was when Florida Gulf Coast beat Georgetown as a 15th seed. Like he was one of those teams that went on a run.
This light. Oh shit. This is good lighting. I should have called in like this. It's going away. I think. Oh, whatever. This is what I wanted to ask. There's been some historic downfalls. Whatever happened to V-Man? He doesn't call in as much. And
He
B-Mac
just called in today. He just called in today.
As much. And I haven't seen B-Mac in forever. Why these guys?
B-Mac is gone. If you want an update on B-Mac, JJ, I'll give you your B-Mac update. He is now watching Steelers YouTube channels. So he has left the Jet fan base and he has followed his boy Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh.
Wait,
are you? Look at my new hat. B-Mac. I'm a Steelers fan now. Women hate my dude face. Now I'm such a fraud. I'd eat Rodgers' poop right from the source before he wipes.
So then he's not a fraud if he left the Jets fans and went to the Steelers fans. I mean, that's what he's been telling us all along, that he's an Aaron Rodgers fan. So I guess he wasn't really a fraud. He owned up to it. He'll be missed. That was my brother. And who was the guy who called in?
You better perform in March.
Who was the guy who called in and said me and him were both dark skinned and he was like a white man? Who was that? I forget who it was.
The guy who called in who said you and him were
dark skinned. He was talking about.
Remember this.
He was talking about how he wanted John Gruden, and he was like, I don't know if we can get John Gruden. Me and you are both dark skinned, so I don't know how you feel about John Gruden. Who was that? Does the chat remember?
Oh, Scott. Yes, I forgot about that. Scott.
Yeah, he should be a number 1 seed after that.
I don't think you understand how the seeding works. It's based on a bunch of different things. All right. The committee spent a lot of time last year putting this together. I mean, I was on like a 3-hour call with the committee members listening to them debate this thing. All right. It's very hard to do what they did, and they did a tremendous job. It's based on a volume of calls, impact, right? What you bring to the table, it factors in your takes, it factors in your entertainment value, or you're a consistent caller, how you support the show. And you didn't call in a lot. You came out of retirement. You went on a run. I do think, where were you? What seed were you last year? You were what seed number?
I think I was like a 6.
That's still pretty good. I don't remember what you were. Maybe Boomtown Watching has the old bracket up. But guess what? You'll have a chance to go on a run this year. And if you think you're a top 5 caller, prove it. And for you to say, by the way, you're a top 5 caller and you only named 3 of them, that doesn't exactly inspire confidence.
Yo, but I do have an idea for you, and I'm serious about this. I think you should do like a Jake Asman Hall of Fame banquet and actually put the real Hall of Fame callers in, like the V-Mans of the world and etc. You know them, the Hall of Fame, the actual ones, not me. I'm kidding, but we should do like a nice Jake Asman banquet and Hall of Fame inductee ceremony, because there's some Hall of Fame callers who've been with you since day one that I remember, and I think they deserve a little bit of shout out and credit. The March Madness is cool, but do something for the real Hall of Famers, the Neils of the world. Rob from Glen Head, he's been calling forever. V-Man comes to mind. Gary started calling late, but he's become, in my eyes, a Hall of Famer. I don't know, maybe we put like 5 people a year into the Jake Asman Hall of Fame. But
well, think about what you just said, though. You just named the final 4. It was Mr. Bonesy, it was Neil, it was Gary.
Yeah, Mr. Bonesy too. Yep.
And Mr. Bonesy. So think about
that. Yeah. Jake Asman Hall of Fame.
You were a 5 seed. You faced off against June, the 12th seed in the first round, and June, the GM, has not called in a very long time. He's faded.
Yeah, I wonder why that happened. Yeah, well, and it was a close one too. I almost didn't make it out alive, but then y'all had to give me. Oh, where's the Colts fan? Where's he at?
Gorman, he hasn't called in.
Why? What's going on with him?
I don't know. He's making horse sound effects, and he hasn't called into the show. Yep.
Oh,
AJ.
Would you be opposed? I'll end on this. Would you be opposed to Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston coming to the Jets next year?
I would take Jameis, but he's under contract. Russ is washed.
All right. Have a good day.
For those of you who didn't know, a few months back, I had announced my retirement from the Big Asman Show. But after today's victory, I have a huge announcement to make. The fans have spoken. I'm coming out of retirement.
The great
I'm back. Big fella, I'll see you in the next round. May the best man win.
He's back! Let me tell you, Asmaniac Madness this year is going to be insane. If you're a new viewer who was not around last year, get ready. It is going to be a tournament unlike any other. Now, last year, we saw Beastbreaker go down as a 2 seed to Briga. This year, I know Beast is gunning to win the whole thing. Isn't that right, Beast?
We'll see what happens first. I need several things done first.
Like what?
I need to have my back checked.
Okay.
I also need to take care of my body, and I also need to focus on the future. I want this show to grow first. I want the new people to grow onto that tournament. They need to grow.
So, what seed would you like to be, Beast?
Let's see what happens first. I mean, I want the young. We need the young to grow. I'm like an old tree. I got to get out of the way. New trees have to come in, and new trees have to grow. It's like it's like when you're planting a pepper plant, a tomato plant, a cucumber, or even a habanero. And I hate habaneros because I did something stupid when I was 23. I did something really, really dumb. I had a habanero with a beer. That was a bad way to go. Not a good way to go. No.
Hey, Beast, Big Fella says you got to change your shirt. You got blood stains on it.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to be hitting the showers in a few hours because I had to take care of my back first. Get out of here.
What was that, a fly?
A little fruit fly. I don't know where it came from, but he got smacked.
You got him?
Yeah, you just got punched. It's called you just got punched out. And I also got to get ready for one other thing because the holidays are coming up next week. I got to go get my toy key. Yeah, I'm getting a toy key. Yeah, nice butterball. But and I also got to pick up one more thing. I need my shells. You know why? We're making turkey tacos. You try turkey tacos, Jake? This guy, I don't know if he knows turkey tacos. Have you ever tried turkey tacos?
Oh, you put me on? Dude, turkey tacos? Yeah. I'm married, so yeah.
You know what goes good with a turkey taco?
I don't know, a Beastbreaker?
Hot sauce. Come on. You know what you do first? Mashed potatoes always go at the bottom. You know why? That's your base. Turkey on top of those mashed potatoes. That's your middle. That's your mid card. Stuffing for the main event. And then
right. So I'm not gonna get any jet steaks. I just get Beast and we get to talk about shit. All right. Okay, cool. Go ahead, Beast. Go ahead. So what was your thing about tacos? Go ahead.
Have you ever tried those turkey tacos? Did you ever try it like that?
Yes, of course. Yes. Lettuce.
I don't like it when it's the thing with my turkey tacos, I like doing them the Gordon Ramsay way. Did you ever see Gordon Ramsay do a turkey? Did you ever see him do a turkey?
No, I've never
Oh,
seen
wait.
Gordon Ramsay do a
Gordon
turkey.
Ramsay is one of the most respected chefs in all of the world. The guy could do
Oh,
a turkey that'll
easy.
blow a person's mind. And you know what's funny? Let me just say this: in England,
Tremendous back and forth there. I know Yeti is a huge fan of Beast, so we had to put them together. Macy with a super chat. Malik Willis, thumbs up. He's so good now. Green Bay, good at developing QBs. He'll be a starter next season elsewhere. Underrated. Think about it. Malik Willis is so good. He played like one drive the other day, and then Jordan Love came back in. I don't know if we can say that. Yeti, call back in. I'll give you a real call. I see you just waved at me and dropped off. But all right. If not, we already read Ant Bank super chat. This one made me laugh from Peter Castro. Jake, just watched you bitch slap Mike Tannenbaum. Proud of you. Thank you, Peter. Mike's entitled to his opinion, but for those saying, "Oh, are you ever going to bring up your criticism of Glenn the Tannenbaum?" I go, "Yeah, I do every week." And Mike finally had enough, and he snapped at me. We had a great back and forth. So enjoy. I stand by everything I said. Every goddamn thing I said. Bino says, Scott said him and JJ were men of... Yes, it was Scott. Ridiculous. My dad is predicting Beastbreaker to win this year. All he has to do is fly on his bed, and if it breaks, he'll run away with it. So Steve Asman believes in the Beast. Beast, my dad's picking you to win in March.
let me see. Well, let me see how my back is first, and then we're gonna drive. Because I am not going to ruin this year's Christmas tree. This 2025 tree, you're gonna see it lit up December 24th at 5 p.m. And I will be sending pictures live. So be ready for that date, December 24th at 5 p.m. my time. You're going to see the lights come on, and wait until you see
JJ, how would you feel if you got matched up against Beast in the tournament?
Oh shit, it's me. What'd you say?
How would you feel if you got matched up against Beast in the tournament?
If I got matched up against Beastbreaker, the Pillsbury Doughboy,
Whoa.
I'll take him on any day of the week.
Hold on a second. How dare you say that about Beast?
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
You crooked son of a bitch. How dare you? You little
Yeah. You know what you look like? You look like Butterbean. You look like...
I'm gonna do my silly dance cause yeah, feels like shit. We'll have a quarterback playing. Rich has all the answers. So you should act dictionary. Our team is lurking.
All right, we're out of time. I can't do a full Rumble right now. Last chance to get in the raffle. I'm counting all the names. We're going to give away a Jets jersey of your choosing shortly here. We got Keyshawn, Mangold, Revis, Krebet, Martin, Klecko, and Joe Willie Namath. That's right. How about it? Let's see. Macy says, are you okay? Are you okay? At least draft sits half a season. So you're saying if the rookie sits half a season till 2027 to learn the game? Yes, I have no issue with the Jets sitting their rookie quarterback for, let's say, half the year. I just don't think that's realistic. We always say the quarterback's going to sit, and guess what happens? They always play earlier than we expect. And if Mendoza or Simpson or whoever's ready, then yes, you play him. I guess we'll see. Retire 80. That's Yeti. Yeti, call back in. He says, I'm able to call periodically. I'm employed. It's annoying. Well, Yeti, if you call back in right now, I will bring you on the program. But if you don't call in, I can't bring you on the show. Kyle Clifton says, I think it's Lane's year. I have tremendous respect for anyone who beats me without even knowing he's competing. I think Kyle Clifton's going to go on a deep run this year because I think more people are aware of him. The inside-outside game has been revolutionary in the chat. Clifton's a guy who has a great intro. I think a big reason why Brigo went on a run, too, is because Gator made him the kick-ass intro. Ralphie says, I'm in for that hideous Keyshawn jersey I love so much. Hey, now. Ralphie Rocks is in for 2. Thank you, Ralphie. Party with Peg and Artie. Hell yeah, they're in the raffle for 1. Peg and Artie. Gifting a membership to which listener? It's not telling me who got it. But when it does, I will let everyone know. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is Yeti. Hey, Yeti.
Oh, sorry, I'm busy.
You don't like Beast? No?
You hit honk the shit of your lying. I already crushed him. I don't got time. Yes, Mr. Yeti, do you need something, Mr. Sonny Boy? Because I'm taking care of a lot of things right now, and getting ready for the future is one thing. But the next time JJ talks his smack like that, and I'm lucky, he's lucky I got back problems. But if I didn't have back problems, I'd bitch slap him like his mama would do on a cold day. So you better watch himself the next time he talks like that. Little freaking joke. You got no respect for him, especially with those cornrows in his hair looking like...
It's up to you, New York, New York.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, last chance for the raffle here. Gotham Green says, put Beast on with Fireman Ed during his next spot. It would feed families. We might need to be creative with a now 2-8 football team. Gotham Green Goblin, you are in the Asmaniac raffle. Shout out to you. All right. Oscar says, JJ's lucky Beast has back problems. Brooklyn Boy says, you have everything problems, Beast. Rich says, Yeti's a big Beast fan. Marco Polo says, sign Jameis. Jameis is not an option. He's under contract for another year. Brian says, why did Glenn wait so long to make this change? I think what complicated this, Brian, is I think Tyrod would have started the Cincinnati game, but he was hurt. And then Fields played great that day and they won. And then short week after the bye, they won again, even with Fields doing nothing in that game. So I think because of all that, he stuck with Justin Fields through the Patriot game. It's kind of circumstantial why it happened. It's just not sustainable what they were getting from quarterback. Like, it was unacceptable. It's the NFL. They're averaging 140 passing yards per game, and they weren't even running Fields enough with his legs to justify it. It was a joke. Leon says, Jake tried to get Jameis to sign with the Jets at the Combine. You're right, Leon. I did. I absolutely did. I saw the future. If Jameis was playing for us right now, it at least would be more entertaining, no?
Hey, Jameis, would you come to the Jets? They might need a quarterback. Yeah. Jets, Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, our exclusive interview with now friend of the show, Jameis Winston.
It was actually at the Super Bowl, not even the Combine, but yep, I did try. Norge says, you want Davis Mills. Hey, Davis Mills is giving you guys a chance, Norge. You saved your season with these last couple of games. That Davis Mills' neck saving the city of Houston. Tell you what, Jameis at least would throw the ball downfield to Mitchell a lot. So that'll be highly entertaining. Robin Boy Wonders in the raffle. Yeah, baby. All right, before we get to the raffle, one final check-in with Beast. Beast, you look like you're in great pain. What's the deal with the back?
That's too tight at the top. It's like there's pain in the shoulder blade. And then I already just talked to my doctors. They already said stay off your feet for a couple of days because it's called you're getting old. I'm like, well, let me tell you something.
They said you're getting old?
I've been doing this job since I was 17 years old.
What job?
Let's see. Taking care of that patio, raking up the leaves, cleaning up the yards, getting things under control, doing what's called, fair share, called earn your keep. Earn your keep. Been doing it for a long time, so that's why maybe it is time, but we'll see what happens. But next time JJ talks like that, he's lucky I ain't got.
Hey, the Human Fund says, what did your doctor say about the 5G towers?
They already know about the 5G towers because there's many people like me that go through a lot of the back pain, and yes, it's happened to not just me. There's many others behind me that they're going through the same shit. So It's not just me, it's everybody. Everybody. So it's not just me, it's everybody.
Hey, Black Gypsy thinks you're a freeloader. Is that true?
I think he's an idiot. I don't want to talk about that. What I do is don't let the chat bother me. Just move on.
Now, Mike says that what you're describing is not a job; it's just household chores.
I'm not gonna talk to him either. He's another low IQ person, just as dumb as Tampon Tim. I've seen the dummies come and they go. It's like the fresh food comes in 1 minute, the next minute later, out the door. Hey, it's like service. Once it's ordered,
Hey,
it's ordered.
Envelope says you take advantage of the system. What system do you run? Spread?
It goes by spread and points. You gotta remember too, if you don't play your cards right, you're gonna get smoked. And just like the guy said from the Three Stooges in one of the Goose and Sal's shows, the one guy who said, "What happened to these three guys? Those are three crooks I shot for cheating in the card game."
Hey, Wrong Verb says that his taxes paid for your microphone.
No, you know what? First of all, cut the bullshit. Quit lying to the American public. We're not buying your crap this time, so either be respectful and tell the truth, or get off the bus.
Now, Leon claims that his taxes paid for your yellow stained shirt.
Cut the crap.
Okay.
Cut the crap and quit
Gotham
lying.
Green says he's like a house elf in Harry Potter.
No. I'm going to stop you right here.
Okay.
Stop you right here.
All right.
We're not going to hear that shit. We're done with that shit.
What about this from Black Gypsy? He says Global Studio Freeloader Incorporated.
Any more of this bullshit. It's time for y'all to grow some balls, stop acting like a bunch of little girls, and put some real pants on. Get some real pants on. Look like real men right now. You don't like it? Fuck it. Fuck it up. Just because I wear nice boxers, jeans with a chain on it, bands that I represent, jackets that I wear with pride and glory on it, that shows some balls. Until then, take a ticket, get in line, and learn to have a thing called, you know what that was? Doink. Now it's 2 hours in. I'm gonna give this back to Jake. Now I'm gonna say it one time. I'm gonna do it just like the man did before. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Jake Asman Show, there's only one thing left to say. And that one thing is, let's spin the wheel of champion.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac Raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, it's time, all right. It is time. But first, a couple super chats. We got to get caught up on some stuff. Bino wrote in, if we had signed Jameis, that guy would come on the show weekly. He'd fit right in with this crowd. Jameis is a weekly on the Jake Asman Show, would feed families. I agree. Black Gypsy trying to sneak in at the buzzer here. Guess what? He's done it. He's in for one. Black Gypsy, good luck. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, time to spin the Wheel of Champions. Chris says, Jake, I received a gifted membership. Thoughts? Chris, I'm happy for you and your family. I'm glad you're a channel member. All right. If you win, you got to email me your name. your address, the jersey you want. Nick Shine says mangled for me. Did you have another super chat, Nick? Send in one more. It's $10. Unless I missed a thing you sent in. Anyway. Damn it, Nick Shine. You're slowing down the operation here. We'll enter you in a future raffle. I don't have any time left. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is... Who is it? It's the Henny Heisman. Yeah. Hennessy Heisman. I will make an exception and drink some Henny for the Hennessy Heisman. Cheers. He's your winner. Oh. Congrats. Hit the Jet Champ for one of our longest tenured viewers. Oh, I can't speak. On the show. Hit it. Congrats, Henny. Shoot me an email, asmanjake@gmail, and we will get you your jersey. Nick Shine figured out how to get in. Nick, we'll put you in for tomorrow's raffle. You sicko. You snooze, you lose. All right. What a show. Thank you to everyone who watched. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your Monday night. Quinnen Williams' debut with the Dallas Cowboys. For what it's worth, I do like the Cowboys laying the 3.5 tonight. So that's what I'm going to be betting on. On that note, go Jets. The Tyrod Taylor era is starting. And I leave you with this. Take it away, Beningo.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'm in the very heart of it. New York, New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.